Hello, 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 everybody. It's so good to see you. The energy is back. The week is back on. We're kicking things off with Monday Night Raw, and it's either make it or break it. I mean, Raw has got such a big chip on their shoulder every single time they're live because, they either make our week or they break our week. But last night, they definitely did make our week. It was an amazing, amazing show that they pulled off last week. The Raw after Mania was incredible. Let's see if they're able to pull off another incredible show here tonight with Raw 2 weeks after Mania. Let's see how this goes down. Ricky, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. That's right. It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's time for WWE Raw, and tonight we're looking at some impressive lineup of matches already. We know that Cody Rhodes has got to be in action tonight. We know that Veer Mahan has got to be in action tonight. So we're looking at a lot of exciting matches that are going to be happening. And you know what? We're kicking things off as a reminder of Cody Rhodes being back, because we're kicking things off with a highlight video from 2 weeks ago, WrestleMania, when Cody Rhodes really made his return. So they're really milking out this whole Cody Rhodes coming back thing, right? It's a big deal, and they're treating it like a big deal. They keep reminding us that he's back, he's back, he's back. Oh, did you know Cody Rhodes back? Did you know Cody Rhodes back? Did you know Cody Rhodes back? We get it, he's back, it's great. But really, you had to start the show with the highlights from 2 weeks ago. Everybody knows he's back, but it's alright, it's okay. It's a historic moment, so it's alright. Gary, brother, good to see you. Hope you're doing well, hope you're ready for Monday Night Raw. Ricky, that's right. No, not late. Right here, on time. Opening the show hot with American Nightmare Cody. That's right, Jason. They're opening it with Cody. Are we getting a match? Are we getting a Cody Rhodes match here? Let's see, because right now, highlights going on. And from the looks of it, they're definitely opening it with Cody Rhodes. Let's see how this goes down. This is going to be an exciting show for sure. I'm super duper excited. Let's see how this all turns out. Hey, Andy, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're ready for Raw, because tonight's Raw supposedly gonna be very, very good and very, very exciting. Alright. So we're getting a very long and elaborate package for highlights from last week as well. So we just saw the WrestleMania highlights, and now we're seeing highlights from last week. Look at that. Very emotional Cody Rhodes right there. There we go.
Unfortunately, that dream died. Or did it? Yes, I cannot physically bestow it upon the American dream, Dusty Rhodes, but I certainly can put it around the waist of the American Nightmare.
Alright, so speaking of the American Nightmare, so Mustafa Ali wants a match against Cody Rhodes. He got to Twitter to say that he wants to see a match between the American Nightmare versus the Real Nightmare. Calling himself the Real Nightmare, Mustafa Ali really wants to, do that whole gimmick that was cancelled by the creative. They did not want him to carry forth with that gimmick that Mustafa Ali really wants to do on television, because of which the whole split happened, and Mustafa Ali is no longer appearing on television, and all that happened between himself and McMahon at the creative meeting. Now he wants to come back after bashing the company on Twitter, on social media, and portraying them as a bad guys, and getting on social media to ask for his, resignation. Now he wants to come back, and he wants to wrestle Cody Rhodes, so there definitely is a change of heart. Now he wants to come back to television and wrestle once again, so it's interesting. Also, the fact is that, by the way, we're starting things off here. Look at that. Good to see everybody. Jason, Andy, everyone, Chris. True is here. That's right. Recaps after recaps. That's right. It's Recapomania is what's happening here. That's right. Dale says maybe Ciampa could... oh, wow. Yes, Dale, that's a possibility. Ciampa's got to be here. We know that he's a member of the Raw roster for good, and he could be joining Edge stable. What a way to make a debut would that be? I mean, to really... enter the main roster by entering Miz's stable would be one hell of a statement. And Miz is coming out in his casual attire. He's coming out, look at that, suited up and booted up. I thought he was going to be out here to wrestle, but no. He's out here in his suit, looking to talk. Let's see how this goes down. Mustafa Ali is a fabulous wrestler. Andy, that is true. But, what's happening here is a damn shame. So he can't wrestle until things get better between himself and the WWE. And they will not get better until they actually have a formal conversation. And from the looks of it, the conversations are not happening anymore, and just it's just blacked out. That's all it is. And if WWE does not release him and they don't use him, he's got to be on the shelf for a few years at least, because he's got at least a few good years left on his contract. So either he gets released and he wrestles elsewhere, or WWE has him back on their television show. Otherwise, he's not gonna be able to wrestle anywhere for a few years. The King, that's right, he's back. So good to see him back. I know Corey Graves is out, but he's back and it feels so good. So good. And Andy likes the idea of, Ciampa joining Edge's group. There you go. I like it too, Dale. Good run on that one. Ali is probably tired of sitting at home. That's right, true. He's got to be tired, right? And a few more years until his contract expires. It's got to be really, very tiring for him. I wonder how much he's getting paid while he's on, on the shelf here, not being used, but still in contract. He must be getting paid the minimum, so that must suck as well. All right.
Your opinion doesn't matter. You cheer for the Lions.
Wow. Miz right there with the roast that nobody else comes up with. Miz is ready with the roast right there. And he says, Ciampa, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, all joining Edge's group. Make it happen. Go crazy with that one. Especially with the latter, Rhea Ripley. Let's do it. Let's have her join Edge's group. Let's make that group open to everybody. Not just the male superstars, but everybody. I love that. And my prediction for Edge Road 2 is Rhea and Ciampa and Liv. I like that. I think Liv could really learn a lot from Edge and being around these people. I think it would help her career a lot. I would love that for sure. Would love it. And look who's coming out. Look who's coming out. The American Nightmare. Okay, so look, this is interesting. No longer are they using that little trolley to lift him up. He's actually coming out, like everybody else does. Because last week when he made his Raw return, it got really messy. His return, the way the cameras were supposed to be filming his return and, focusing on it didn't work out because of the whole confusion with the trolley. The cameraman had a really tough time capturing all of it. And that's why it just seemed so messy, the whole entrance. So now it seems like they've got rid of the whole entrance, the trolley at all, and now he's coming out, traditionally, like everybody else does. With all the smoke and the pyros, though, which is always a good idea. That is good. And Matt, good to see you. Kevin, good to see you. All good. Drew says Cody's team isn't. Yeah, that's right. No, that's right. You're right. Absolutely, I agree. It's gotta get old. It might get replaced, but let's see what happens. AJ, tomorrow night on NW Power, Cardano defends his title against Pope. That's great. It's a great time to tune in then, Andy, right? I'm excited for NWA Power. Who do you think is going to win, Miz or Cody? I think it's got to be Cody. I think Cody's got to win this one. But it's interesting, they're starting things off here with a talk show. They're going to be talking it out. Let's see. Matt, don't worry about it. I saw you. It's all right. No worries. And there we go. We're going to be getting Cody Rhodes versus Miz later tonight. And I thought they were going to open the show with that one. I would have been totally fine with that. But instead, they want to open it with a little talk show. So let's see how this one goes. And who do you think is going to win, Miz or Cody? There you go. Thanks, Matt. I think it's got to be Cody. I don't think anybody is putting a stop or a full stop or an exclamation mark to his momentum right now. He's got it all going. He's red hot. There's no way he's losing, right? No way he's losing. Let me know, guys. Who do you think? I mean, that's a very good question for Matt. Who do you think is going to win? Is it going to be Miz? Is it going to be Cody? Let us know what do you think. They'll probably only use it when Cody's wrestling. Yeah, probably. Let's see. And there you go. Tony is here. Tony, good to see you, brother. Welcome. And Ricky says, I pick Cody. And Matt, let me know. Let's see. All right. I love the different. I love how Cody Rhodes' suit and his attire always stands out. I mean, the color that he's wearing, really good. I like it. I like his sense of fashion, if I may.
45 minutes to just celebrate yourselves. Are you trying to upstage me on my own show?
Miz is not happy with the ovation. He's like, you spent like 45 minutes to get yourself over. Are you trying to upstage me on my own show? I think he is. I don't think he doesn't even has to try. I mean, he's already over.
Don't get hot. Don't begrudge me. This moment, it has been a long time.
That's right, Cody Rhodes. It's been a long time. By the way, Brandy Rhodes, I've heard that she is getting signed as well. I mean, it was coming. I saw it coming from miles away. I can't say that I'm super thrilled about Brandy Rhodes being signed, but she is apparently coming to the WWE, which is going to be very interesting because we get to do WWE interviews. I get to do WWE interviews every once in a while, and if I get to interview Brandy Rhodes after the bad blood that we have, it's going to be super funny. So looking forward to that. I love Cody Rhodes' theme and brings back a breath of fresh air. I agree, Chris. Definitely good. See. Good to see you, Clay. I did put up the picture of Bailey last night, but I don't know if you saw it, but I did put it there for you. Right back, got to see you.
Explanation on why you returned to WWE.
Oh.
You wanted to make your father proud. One of the greatest of all time.
Isn't that right?
That's their own, baby.
Isn't that right? Of course he wanted to make him proud. That's right. He did make an error, Tony, you're right, and the fans are now chanting, Dusty, look at that.
I gotta be honest, the reality is if it wasn't
Oh dear. Oh, Renegade is here, brother. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, brother. Good to see you. We're starting things off big here with Cody Rhodes, The Miz, Miz TV. Let's see how this goes. I wonder why Cody even helped create AEW if he just wanted to go back to the WWE. I guess it's a very good question, right? It's a very good question.
It's after dark, huh? Here we go. Wow.
I think that's the answer that The Miz is trying to find here. Let's see if he's able to.
You know why? Because you are completely full of... I stopped myself. Thank you, please. But you guys know what I meant, right? Okay.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow, breaking the fourth wall there, I guess.
You
Interesting.
haven't changed a day. You really haven't. You're arrogant. You're obnoxious.
Are you telling me Cody Rhodes calling Miz arrogant? Is Cody Rhodes not arrogant? Is it just me? Or does he not have a bone of arrogance in him? I think he does. But let me know what you guys think. And Tommy says Cody's his pick to win. I think so too. I think Cody's got to win this. Cody said, baby, I guess Adam Cole is watching. Maybe. Probably is.
Do I look the same to you?
No. No.
What do you think I've been doing for 6 years?
Wow.
And every piece of that road provides me crystal clear clarity on not what I want to do.
Crystal clear clarity. Look at him.
Do. And that is win the undisputed
Okay.
WWE
Whoa.
Universal Championship belt.
Wow. Cody Rhodes puts it out there. He says, I'm not back here, just to honor some legacy. I'm here to win back or to win the undisputed WWE Championship belt. He calls it a belt, by the way, which Vince McMahon hates very much. He doesn't like calling championship belt. And Cody Rhodes just did it. He called it a belt, which is surprising. That's right, Jason. He called it Mike. You're right. Good pick there.
This time you won't be able to surprise him, and this time he'll be able to strategize. And we all know Seth Rollins is the architect, the visionary. And to be honest with you, I don't like your chances.
I see that, Matt. All right, you please take care. Have a good time with your family. I'm going to be seeing you soon. All right, you take care, Matt. It's wonderful. Family time is a great time. Take care. That's right, Andy. I agree with you. He's got to be arrogant. And his wife, super duper arrogant. I look forward to seeing how they use his wife in the WWE. Are they going to pair them up? Because I'm not into it. By the way, Cody Rhodes' wife's name used to be Eden. Back she was in the WWE, she used to be called Eden. So I wonder if they're still going to call her Eden, or are they going to call her Brandy Rhodes? We'll see what happens. Wow. Look at that. Nobody's listening to The Miz here. Nobody is. This is disrespectful, isn't it?
I didn't sneak, I didn't surprise my opponents. No. I single-handedly destroyed the Mysterio family, and then I embarrassed that social media megastar Logan Paul. But everyone wanted to talk about Cody Rhodes.
Wow.
Now I know where you have been.
Look at that.
For the past 6 years. Oh yeah, we all know where you've been. But maybe you forgot what this is. This is...
It's really interesting how they never name drop AEW, which is great. I love it. He's like, we all know where you've been, and that's it. That's it. I love it. I love this. They got very close, real close, but they don't name drop the company. I like that.
Settle down. I'm going to tell you something maybe you've never heard on your show. I respect you. I respect all of your accomplishments here.
Okay.
I get the sense that this hostility is because maybe you feel a bit threatened by me.
Wow. Look at that.
My opponent at WrestleMania, Seth Rollins, I have zero issue with. He gave me a great fight, and if he wants a rematch, I would be more than happy to oblige. But
there we go. There we go.
You're making things personal.
Cody Rhodes not showing any signs of respect here to the Miz, as we can see here. AJ, I saw a new belt. It's beautiful. Belt is all gold. I love it. That's great, brother. That's amazing. I've heard good things about it as well. Tonight is going to be the main event, it seems like, and we're going to be seeing Rhodes versus Miz, the main event of the show, apparently.
Sure, superstar wrestlers, whatever it may be. I have enjoyed our chat, but you want to know what I'm really looking forward to? My first match back on Raw in 6 years here tonight.
Thank you, Cody. Yeah, why didn't we just start the show off with this? But now they wanted to start with the talk show. And he says, I enjoyed the chat, but I'm really looking forward to the match. The first match on Raw in 6 years for Cody Rhodes. The last time we saw him wrestling on Raw was Stardust, wasn't it? So that's interesting. Let's see.
And it is against you.
That's right.
May the best man win.
Alright, I love it. That was a little short and nice and sweet promo from Cody Rhodes. Not too stretched out, not too elaborate unnecessarily. It was sweet, short, simple. He said, I'm looking forward to the match and may the best man win. I like it. I like it. And you know what? The Miz doing Miz stuff, trying to jump on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes gets the upper hand, pushes him out of the ring. He goes ringside, and he tries to get back in. Cody Rhodes tries to grab the steel chair. Miz realizes who has the upper hand here, and he retreats. So, this is how we're going to close the segment here. The Miz is just looking like a coward as he makes his way out of the arena, or make his way backstage. And Cody Rhodes standing there, tall and strong. Let's see how this turns out. The main event of the night, apparently, is going to be Cody Rhodes versus The Miz. It seems to be interesting. Let's see. And Bobby, I see your comment right there. The breaking news is tomorrow, Matt Cardona is going to be wrestling Pope for the NWA World Championship. That is beautiful. I look forward to watching the show with all of you. It's going to be great. And Matt Cardona, hopefully Pope wins it, because I cannot stand Matt representing NWA. I just can't stand that. And Drew says Brandy does not need to be there. I hope that WWE realizes that. But from the rumors that I heard lately is that she's been offered a contract. Hopefully, doesn't happen. Not a very big fan, but let's see. Cody is great on his own. He doesn't need anybody else there. He doesn't need to share the spotlight with anybody else. So Brandy Rhodes, if she's coming back, maybe she comes back a few months later, or at least a year later. You know, when the honeymoon phase for Cody Rhodes is trying to get over, trying to go down, right? It's slowly going down. Maybe then Brandy comes in to revitalize the whole thing. But for now, Cody is red hot. He doesn't need a manager. He doesn't need anyone to get in the spotlight with him right now. I don't think so. Not at all. And Clay says, I did not see it. I did, Clay. I did put a picture of Bailey. Andy says, The Miz is the most must-see star. I'm still waiting for the new season of Murray's and Miz. That's right. He definitely is must-see, which is why he gets all the success that he gets, right? I mean, you know, back then when they split up John Morrison and The Miz and they had him back and they split him again, I was like, this guy's never being a star. He's never, gonna last long in the WWE, but he did it all by himself. I mean, he got over by himself with his arrogance and nothing else. He was never a face, always a heel, always this arrogant prick, and that arrogance got him over, which is fantastic. I mean, a lot of the times, or most of the times, stars get over because they go babyface and they start pandering to the crowd or whatnot. The Miz never did that. The Miz never kissed anybody's arse. He got over just by his ego and his arrogance, which is applaudable. So good, so good. And Bobby is here. Bobby, good to see you. We missed you. Good to see you, Bobby. Cody doesn't care about Vince's pet. That's right, he does not, which is so good, right? It's like CM Punk 2.0. He doesn't need a filter. He doesn't care about anybody. He just wants to go out there, wants to wrestle, and he knows that he's on top of his game. He knows that he's so loved. By the way, speaking of loved, can I just say I'm really very bothered by the LED screens on ringside. You know, those barricades, the new LED screens in the corners of the barricades. I'm not a fan of them, and I understand that it's there for production value, to step up the production game. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's needed. It stops the wrestlers from going crazy in the barricade. Stops them from destroying the barricade. And secondly, it's too distracting. Like when I was watching Miz TV, the Raw logo or the Miz TV logo kept flashing on the corners. It's too distracting. And even with my sunglasses, I get distracted by those LED screens, so maybe we don't need them. But let me know in the comments here. What do you think? The LED screens are good or bad? Let me know. And Dale says right there, good segment. I agree with Sweet. Nice little segment. Nice way to kick it off. Sweet way to kick it off. Not crazy, there's a sweet way to kick it off. And Chris says, Cody's awesome. For sure he is. And you know why Miz has a problem now? Because until now, Miz was the only one who was awesome. And now Cody's joined the party. So now he's insecure, right? And Tony says WWE President Nick Khan is going all in for the American Nightmare. He really is. And Tony Khan is all out. He's not happy. He did give a recent interview to ESPN where he said that it was obvious where Cody Rhodes was going. He said that the chat that they had, while negotiating a new contract for Cody in AEW, Cody Rhodes made it obvious during their conversation that he was going to go to WWE. He never up front said it directly to Tony, but he made it obvious. So Tony saw it coming, he says, and he's like, it's alright because we keep moving on and we're good without him. We're thankful for his contributions, but we're good. That's what Tony says. Sounds a bit salty, doesn't it? And he says, yes, I caught the breaking news. That's right. Tomorrow, Matt Cardona, Nick Aldis, looking forward to it. Cody versus Miz, 9 p.m. EST says true. Interesting. So true things. It's not going to be the main event. He thinks it's going to be the second hour of the show. Let's see if that happens true. Let's see. I think it's a very interesting pick. Tomorrow we have a women's match on NW Power, Natalia Markova versus Kylan King. Looking forward to that, Bobby. If anybody here watches NWA, we're going to be watching the show together tomorrow, so make sure to tune in. Jason says Dominik is going to get squashed by Veer Mahan, that's for sure. Veer Mahan, as Jinder Mahal said in the interview with me, he said Veer Mahan is an all-new animal, different guy. He's got a different moveset. He's worked hard in the gym. He's worked on his diet. He's worked on his moveset at the Performance Center, so he's got a brand new moveset, brand new finisher. Let's see what it is all about tonight here when he squashes Dominik. And Drew says Veer is coming on Dom. That's right. And Too Sweet Pistol Pete is here. That's right. Veer Mahan is coming. He's coming, brother. Good to see you. That's right. Natalia and Marco, we're having a match tomorrow. I didn't notice the LED board says true. Oh, good for you. With the sunglasses, I did. And they keep bothering me a lot. They need to stop using those LED lights. There you go, Andy. Thank you for that. Happy birthday to Dustin Rhodes. There you go. Dustin Rhodes' birthday today. Chris, thanks for letting that know. Happy birthday, Dustin. If you're watching this right now, happy birthday. I wonder, when Johnny Gargano will wrestle for AEW. That's, let's see when that happens. They announced Cody versus Miz at the top of the hour before they went to commercial. There you go. Thanks for that, True. Yeah, very nice pick right there. Cool. And Veer Mahan, we're seeing some highlights from Veer Mahan from last week when he came in and he destroyed these guys. I mean, look at this guy. Veer Mahan is going to get super duper over. He's going to be super over. And you know what? Jinder Mahal was not a success in India. I can guarantee you, Veer Mahan is going to be a big success in India. If they keep up this momentum, if they keep, really promoting him, marketing him, he's going to be a success like nobody else in India. And India is a big population. And if he's get over in India, he's going to get a major monster push. And he will get over. With the whole face paint and everything, he's going to get super over. And Bobby says, and AJ, your favorite tag team will be wrestling tomorrow, Dirty Sexy Boys. Dirty Dango JTG versus Doug William Harry. Oh my gosh, that's great. Looking forward to it, Bobby. I can't wait. Thanks for that. And there he is, Veer Mahan coming out, looking angry. There you go. Look at this guy. Monstrous. He's a scary guy. I mean, the Veer Mahan we saw with Jinder Mahal was really different. He really was different. Even though the same guy. But you can really look at the transformation here, the way he's walking, the way he's carrying himself, the way he gets in the damn ring. I think it would have helped if he would have, if he got in the ring above from top of the top rope, right? But he gets in through the middle rope. If he got in through the top rope, it would have been even more intimidating, but that's okay. He's a scary looking individual, and the way he walks and the way he carries himself is just intimidating. Let's see how this match goes. I think Dominik's gonna get squashed. Yeah, Veer Mahan is gonna be feeding on him. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, so far so dominating. Yeah. Look at this guy. Yeah.
For about 30 seconds, you won't need to
wow, he's really making some noises. Whoa, whoa. Look at those. That's funny. All right. A bit cheesy if you ask, but good for him. Veer Mahan is on top of his game right now. Cody being anything other than a contracted wrestler didn't make sense if he just wanted to go back to wins. Yeah, that's right. That's right. He really got into it, right? He really got the hands and feet deep into the waters of AEW. Not just a contracted wrestler, but an EVP. Then he was getting his own reality shows. On top of that, he was also judging another big show on TNT Network. I mean, he really got in there, deep in there. So that really is interesting, and which is why it makes this whole thing about him coming to the WWE is so much more surprising and celebratory for the WWE. From what I heard, the report said that there was a celebration going on backstage. When the deal was done, people were celebrating that they got not only a wrestler, but they got the executive vice producer from a rival company onto their company. So really, it's a big deal for sure. Yeah. I don't know if it's poor judgment or if it's smart on the part of Cody Rhodes. And there we go. And Veer Mahan gets Dominik up by his hair. Is going for a big clothesline. Dominik is down and he needs that beating. Dominik needs that beating to really understand that, hey, Dom, you're in the big leagues here. You got to step up your game because right now, you're nothing but a kid, Dom. You really got to step up your game. And Veer Mahan is showing him what the big league's all about. Dominik Mysterio taps out like no tomorrow. And Veer Mahan is not letting go of him. Look at this guy looking so scary. Just so big in comparison to Dom. Look at that. This guy cannot be stopped. His eyes. Scary. Scary guy. So it's funny when he does this, right? When he does this, it's funny because he's looking down at Dominik and he's doing this. When you do this, it's usually you're, doing this in front of, when you're praying, or you do this in front of somebody you're greeting. Is he trying to greet Dominik? This makes a little sense. But I guess since he's from India, he wants to, do a little bit of the hand gestures to show that he's from India, I guess. And he was looking to kill Dominik, but the producers come in and they separate them right there. And Veer is an angry guy. He shoves the producers again. Is that Santino or is that Santino or am I just looking at things? Am I dreaming? What's happening here? No, that's not Santino. All right. Good for him. Wow. Veer Mahan. Look at that. And Bobby says, I've been waiting for the Colin King Natalia Markova match. I am looking forward to the match as well, along with JTG in action. Chris says, one for all, beautiful. And Dominik is going to be stretchered out to the ambulance. And that just makes Veer Mahan happy. He's smiling. He looks at the stretcher and he smiles. Crazy guy. Will Cody ever go back to AEW? True. It's going to be I don't think so. I don't think so. And if he does, he's not being anything but a contracted wrestler. But I don't think it's going to be happening. No. He's going to come across as such a gold digger, just going from one place to the other, whichever place offers him more gold. So I hope that doesn't happen. He's going to tarnish his own legacy if he does that, if he keeps jumping around like that. So hopefully not. Veer came on Dominik. That's right. That's right. Mustafa is here. Mustafa, good to see you, brother. Welcome. We're watching Monday Night Raw, and it's a crazy show so far. What a way to kick things off. We kicked things off with a very solid segment featuring Cody Rhodes and The Miz, and they're going to be wrestling, later on tonight. And then we got a very solid, how do I call it? Was it a match? Was it a squash? But Veer Mahan squashed Dominik Mysterio. Now he's being stretchered out. So what a crazy way to start the show here. And Senor Stinky is here, and he's welcome, Senor. Good to see you. And they say, where's Rey? Quite weird that he isn't coming out to make the save. I thought so too. I mean, his son was getting brutalized right in front of his eyes, I guess, wherever he was. He must be backstage or whatnot. He didn't come out. It's surprising indeed, but I guess they're saving Rey Mysterio for week 3. For next week, when Veer Mahan comes out, the next target is gonna be Rey Mysterio, I guess. So they're just saving it for until next week, I believe. Stretching it out, stretching it out. That's what they're doing. Or maybe, they're saving a big Rey Mysterio versus Veer Mahan match for WrestleMania Backlash. You never know, but they could be doing it. We'll find out, though. We'll find out. Jason says, oh no, what type of choke submission was that? Yeah, he was hurt. Dominik did look hurt. I hope he's okay. Only kayfabe hurt and not real hurt. I hope he's okay, though. That's right. It's Daivari. It was Daivari. There you go. Daivari. Nice. Good for him. Cody won't ever be returning to AEW. That's right. Tony says right there that he will not make his return, and I don't think he's going to be making his return. Breaking news, Fightful have confirmed, says Bobby, that Khan and Toa Leon have signed with AEW and officially a part of the Ring of Honor reboot roster. So this is interesting, right? They say they've signed with AEW, but they're going to be part of the ROH roster. So every single ROH wrestler is signing with AEW. Is that what's happening? Are they not really offering ROH contracts only? Do all contracts go through AEW is my question. I wonder how this whole works, because every single signee that we've seen so far has signed with AEW, and they'll be appearing on ROH, is what we've seen. So are they not offering ROH only contracts? Is still my question, which still hasn't been answered. But thank you for that breaking news, Bobby. You're awesome. We're looking like a monster heel. Absolutely, my brother Ricky. He is a monster. And I do believe that he's got to get over in India. And when he does, it's going to be a monstrous push for him. I mean, there's going to be no stopping Veer Mahan. And, if the face paint, if you might be wondering, I'm not too sure how many of you know this, but the face paint on his forehead is very significant. It's actually a religious face paint. And I believe the disciples of Lord Shiva wear that. So it's got to be a lot of significance in India. And India, when people look at that, when they look at Veer and they look at him dominating like that, they're going to be hooked. They're going to be like, oh, what is going on here? Our brother is doing so well, right? So in India, they're going to be following Veer Mahan like no tomorrow. I'm telling you, he's going to get super over. And when he does, we're going to see it being reflected on television too. He's going to be the monster of the WWE for sure. He's going to be the new Braun Strowman, if not better, for sure. And Dusty jumped around to different promotions multiple times, and it never hurt him. WWE was Dusty's worst, and he still got over. You're right, true. Actually, you make a very good point, and that's a point that Cody Rhodes keep mentioning all the time. He says that, our family was always the outsider family, maybe. Everybody in the Rhodes family is an outsider to the company. He said it on multiple occasions. So I guess you make a lot of sense right there, true. You have a very solid point. Very solid point. That's what I say. This show, the watch-alongs are not just me talking. It's everybody talking. And, when I'm wrong, you guys prove me wrong. And you let your opinions be heard. And which is great. Thank you for that, true. Really, that's a very solid point. I didn't realize that. That Dusty also jumped around to different promotions. So, like father, like son, let's see. And Clay says, I did not see the picture of Bailey. Oh, that's alright. That's okay. I'll put a picture of Bailey. Don't worry. I'll put it up. And Ricky says, Cody won't go back to AEW. He's not bots like Tony Khan says. There you go, Ricky. We're bots. Right, Ricky? We're bots. We are bots. And if you guys get the bot joke, let me know if you're a bot too or you're not. And we're getting a highlight from the Veer Mahan assault on Dominik Mysterio. Poor guy was tapping out for his dear life, but Veer Mahan didn't let go until the very end. Look at this guy. Poor guy. He's going to be spending his night at the hospital, it seems. I think there's contracts are going through AEW. That's what it seems like, Andy. Yeah, all the contracts so far have gone through AEW. It seems like every single ROH wrestler is all elite, it seems. So we're going to be seeing a lot of crossovers, I believe, now. Tomorrow on AEW Dark, one half of Renegade Twins. That's crazy. Okay, Renegade Twins really going up the ranks like no tomorrow. So quick. Really making a name for themselves in the business. Good for them. And Dominik Mysterio is being carried out, stretchered out. Wow. Look at him. being stretchered into the ambulance once again. Like Senor said earlier, where is his father, Rey Mysterio? I mean, every single time they're there, Dominik is always living in his shadows, literally all the time. Coming out to the same music, the same entrance. They make the entrance together. They stay in the ring together. They share the same locker room. Where is Rey? Why is he not here? What is going on? Crazy stuff. Where is the dad? I wonder. Triple H needs to send Dominik to NXT. I agree, Tony. The one time we saw Dominik in NXT, I believe he was wrestling Escobar, and I was like, this is great. He fits right in. I can never get behind Dominik on Raw, but on NXT, I can definitely get behind him because there is room for improvement, which he can get here in NXT, and he can get over. So I hope that they see it and send him back, because no disrespect, but he belongs there. Not the main roster, not just yet. And Albert is here. Albert, good to see you. What is going on? Veer win? That's right. Veer Mahan and Dominik Mysterio did have a little bit of a match there, and Veer Mahan basically destroyed him. And that is why Dominik Mysterio, as you probably saw, is being stretchered into the ambulance and being taken to the hospital as we speak right now. We can only hope that he recovers quickly. And Ricky says, yes, AJ, we are bots. This is bots family. That's right. Bots everywhere. That's right. I hope John Cena comes back and wins Money in the Bank, says Mustafa. Man, I'm a John Cena fan myself, but honestly, don't see it happening. The WWE's heading into another direction. I don't think a world title run for John Cena is going to be happening anytime soon. I hope it happens, though, because he needs to break that record. He needs to break it. So I hope that happens. Do you see WWE ending their brand split as Gary? I've been seeing it ever since actually a month prior to the Royal Rumble. I've been predicting it. I've been talking about how it seems like this is an end to the brand split coming up. So I think it's going to be happening. But it's going to be a slow approach. I think they're testing the waters right now with the Unified Championship. I think they're probably talking to the Fox and USA networks, because they cannot unify the brands without talking to Fox and USA. Because as we know, USA owns, they bought the rights to Raw, right? And Fox bought the rights to SmackDown. So bringing the two brands together is going to be a decision that's going to be on the networks too. So we'll see how that goes. And as we can see here, AJ Styles attacking Damian Priest backstage. Look at that. Wow, chaos. The producers here and the referees are having a night. A lot of rescue work going on right here. From the very beginning with Veer Mahan and Rey Mysterio and Dominik Mysterio, now to AJ Styles and Damian Priest backstage. The referees and producers are at work for sure. They're setting up Dominik's heel turn on Rey. Actually, that makes sense, true. Yeah, Rey now has a reason. Why didn't his father come out to help him out? Why is his father such a coward? That's a good reason, true. It's a very good pick right there. Actually, this has to be it. But where is Rey? Like, really, we all have this question. Where was Rey Mysterio? Good question right there. AJ, you should check out Jasmine Allure versus Promise Braxton. I definitely will, Bobby. I definitely will check it out. And Gary, once again, ending the basket. I think it's going to happen. But again, the networks, they got to talk to them. Bro, do you remember Royal Rumble 2016? For sure I remember, brother. I definitely do. Was it the Royal Rumble where Triple H won the championship? Was that one? If I remember it correctly, I think that was the one when Triple H won the championship. Isn't that right? Let's see. I think it was right. Let's see. Let me look it up right now. Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was funny. It was so painfully predictable. It was so painfully spoiled online. Like, everybody knew Triple H was going to enter, I believe, number 30 and was going to win the championship. Everybody knew exactly what was going to happen. And it happened the way we all knew it was going to happen. He came out, he won the championship, and we all know how it all played out. I mean, that was a whole process, a part of them trying to get Roman Reigns over. That is exactly what they did with 2016 Royal Rumble. I believe not just 2016, but from the year 2015 to the year 2016, 17, 18, 19, they tried their best to get Roman Reigns over in that very stubborn manner, right? Until they realized that he's not going to be the baby face. And then Roman said, I want to be a heel. And, it all turned out the way it turned out beautifully. But I remember that Royal Rumble, brother, it was painfully predictable. I think Fox realizes that the SmackDown sucks and wants Raw talent on SmackDown. I think so, too. And, it's interesting. I read a report recently that Fox actually did not even want SmackDown. They wanted Raw. When they were, looking at all these shows, they wanted to buy the rights to Raw. But, Raw, as we know, is a USA product. It's been a USA product since ages. So they couldn't get Raw, so they compromised and they settled for SmackDown. But Raw had always been Fox's priority. So I believe if a brand split is coming to an end, I hope that Fox doesn't have a problem with it, but they're also very particular with their champions, because we know that when it comes to champions, Fox wants their own champions too. It's a demand that they put out there a lot of times. They've been very persistent with it, so we'll see what happens. But eventually, with the end of the brand split, if anybody's gonna benefit, it's gotta be Fox. I think so. AJ, do you see Shanky returning and teaming up with Veer? I don't think it's happening. You know what? After the interview that I did with Jinder and the way he answered the questions, it seems like Shanky and Jinder are still gonna be a team for now, and gonna be a jobber team for now. We'll see what happens. But Jinder made a promise to me. He said that he wants to be Grand Slam champion. He wants to go after the Intercontinental Championship. And funny enough, that is exactly what he's doing right here, following our interview. So basically, he spoiled it on the interview that he was going to go after the IC title, and that's what he's doing now. So hopefully he wins it. Hopefully he brings more eyes to the title, because so far nobody cares about the title, because WWE clearly doesn't care about it. But hopefully he wins it. I hope so. And for as long as Shanky is concerned, I don't know. I think that kid's got a lot of work to do. I'm surprised that Shanky didn't stay at NXT. He should be there on NXT, not Raw. He's not ready for Raw or SmackDown, not ready for the main roster. He should be in NXT right now. I hope Roman Reigns defends his 2 championship in the Royal Rumble. Wow. I see you, Mustafa. I see where you're going with that one. That's going to be crazy. If he actually puts it on the line in the Rumble match, that would be crazy. 1 versus 29. What a way to show dominance would that be? Roman Reigns... Wow, that actually would be a very nice way to show dominance for sure. Fun fact, says Tony, Cody has more pyro than Roman Reigns. That's right, for sure. Cody Rhodes comes out to pyros like nobody else. He's probably gonna beat Brock Lesnar too. So much pyro for Cody Rhodes. Shows he's so over. AJ, I follow Wrasslinews on Instagram. Thank you for that, Bobby. Love it. Thank you. That's right. You guys can find Wrasslinews on Instagram for all the latest news and exclusive interviews too, right there. And look at AJ Styles coming out. Looking ready. He looks ready as he heads into... Oh my gosh, once again. As he makes the entrance, check out the LED screen in the corner of that barricade. Really cracks me up. Overproduced. A little overproduced, if you may, right? A little bit. And AJ Styles looking ready. Looking determined. Looking to bring it. Look at that. And we saw, before the commercial break, we saw AJ Styles jumping on Damian Priest and going after him before being separated by the producers and by the referees. So, are we going to have a match? Let's see what this is going to lead to. We'll find out. But this has been a decent episode of Raw so far. Not the craziest, but a decent episode. Let's see what else do they have in store for us now. Okay. Wow. There he is. He's coming out looking angry, looking focused though. Yeah. Angry but focused. He's not losing his focus as he comes out here. Damian Priest has his eyes on AJ Styles as he comes out here. Styles, Rhodes, and Belair need to reform the Bullet Club. It needs to happen. Let's do it against Edge's faction. What a way would that be to defeat his faction? It will be the Bullet Club against Edge's faction. I would love that, Tony, for sure. Would be great. AJ, can I ask you a personal question? Do you feel like Jinder wearing the turban is a slap in the face to you since he's Canadian? No, not at all. No, I think it's fine because he might be Canadian, but a lot of Sikhs are also Canadians and they're Americans, and nationality doesn't restrict Sikhs at all. So Sikhs are, if they can be Americans, Canadians, whatever, that doesn't change. I think everybody understands that he wears the turban as a gimmick. It's not really a turban, and he doesn't wear it like I do, right? Look at the turban that I wear. It's not a Jinder Mahal turban. It's different. If anything, I would say that there are things that he could have done differently, but I know this firsthand. I know that there were things that WWE wanted Jinder Mahal to do with the turban, which he said, no, I will not do it. He put a full stop right there. He said, I will not do it because that is super disrespectful. And even though he understands his gimmick, I understand it's a gimmick, he saw it as disrespectful and he put it out there. He made everybody know that I'm not doing it. So he refused it. So I respect him for taking a stand against the company and really letting them know that, he was wrong. Now, there are things that I agree that he should have done differently with the turban. Like he comes out, he takes it off. It shouldn't be happening. And, it should not be happening that way, right? Nobody takes off a turban at all. But this guy, we know he doesn't have hair and anything like we have hair. We never cut our hair. So that's a different guy altogether. He's not Sikh. But he's representing something with the turban. I guess he's representing a community with the turban. Not the religion, but the community. Which I guess is alright. Is okay. So, love for Jinder Mahal though. He's good. If Styles doesn't get one more title run, he should opt out of his deal and become All Elite. Is true. There we go. But I think Styles is in the Randy Orton phase right now. Like the Randy Orton for the longest time was relaxed and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a back seat. I'm gonna enjoy my paycheck and that's it. I'm gonna enjoy my life. That was Randy Orton for the longest time. Probably still is the same old Randy Orton. And that I believe is AJ Styles right now. He understands that, he's getting some TV time, which I guess he's appreciative of. And he's always in the spotlight because he's AJ freaking Styles. He's so damn good. But he doesn't really care about the booking anymore because he's getting paid. He's getting his job done, right? And he knows that he's got to retire here. He's made it known that WWE is home for life and he's going to retire here because he's got a family to feed and he knows his job is secure with this company. So he's not going to go anywhere, it seems. And let's see what else do we have here. FMC says that, oh, there you go, FMC. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. You got a PlayStation this morning. It's beautiful. And he says, why isn't Smoking and Mirrors in the theme of Cody Rhodes? I know Smoking Mirrors is very much missed, but you know what? Even the current theme, which is the Nightmare one, is pretty damn good as well. People love it. I love the fact that WWE took Cody Rhodes out of AEW and really presented the same damn Cody Rhodes to all of us in the WWE. I really admire that. We never see that from the company, but we saw it this time. It was great. I want this match, US Champion versus IC Champion, title for title. Mustafa, that'd be great for sure. But let's see. Let's see who's going to be IC Champion after this Friday, because Jinder Mahal is going to be wrestling, of course, the IC Champion Ricochet in a championship match. So who's going to be champion after this Friday? Let's see. And then we might get a champion versus champion match. We'll see. Sean Dean is wrestling tomorrow on AEW Dark against Rohit Raju. Rohit Raju, interesting. Okay, that is interesting. Rohit Raju, of course, he's a guy. He's a friend as well. So I'm actually pulling up a chat here. Rohit Raju is a cool guy. It's good to see him getting out there. It's good to see him getting that exposure. Rohit Raju is pretty damn cool. So good for him. Let's see what else do we have here. I pick AJ, but I know Edge will come out and attack AJ. He's got to do it. For sure, he's got to do it. Yeah. Okay, AJ, I'm sorry if I overstepped. No, Chris, don't be sorry, brother. Don't be sorry. Nothing but love for you. Don't be sorry. You're great. And let's see what else do we have. I want Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. I would love that. The little legacy reunion, if you may. I'd love that. And look who's here. My brother Frisbee is here. Frisbee, it's been a while, brother. It is so good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And hope you're enjoying Monday Night Raw. It's so good to see you, brother. Hope everything is well. True says Orton will be facing Roman soon. Randy Orton, Roman Reigns. I would love that, but let's not this be the RK Bro Randy Orton. I say it all the time. Bring back the 2009, 2010 Randy Orton. The Viper, the Apex Predator Randy Orton. Let's bring that version of Orton back and then have him face Roman Reigns. Because this version of Orton, he might take a loss, and it seems like he probably wouldn't even care about a loss. He'd be like, you know what, bro, I lost, but that's okay. Life goes on. Let's do our bro things. That's what the Randy Orton right now would do. So if they want us to take Orton seriously against Roman Reigns, they better give us that version of Randy Orton who would do anything to pick up the win, who would destroy and ruin anything or anyone for the win. I want that Randy Orton back. Who should stop the streak for Roman Reigns? FMC with a good question says, I think Cody Rhodes. It's a good question right there. Who should stop the streak? I believe Dwayne The Rock Johnson is gonna be the guy, but we'll find out. Bobby says, I would like to see Johnny Gargano versus Wheeler Yuta or Jonathan Gresham at Ring of Honor. And a follow-up from SMC, isn't Johnny Gargano released? He is. And that's why Bobby wants him at Ring of Honor. It makes sense. That's right. So I would love that too. Wheeler Yuta, we already saw him this past Friday Rampage. I still have not forgotten that match. What a match that was. Wheeler Yuta killed it. So I would love that for sure. Jonathan Gresham also very damn good. Johnny Gargano, a triple threat would be beautiful. Let's make it a triple threat like that. Gary says, I hope they don't unify the US title and the IC title. Let's see, Gary. But you know what? If they have one world title, that's the unified title, I guess it's okay to have two different mid-card titles. I think it's okay. To your point, it makes sense. Right now, they had two world titles, two mid-card titles, and you had the, all the other titles, the 24/7 title, and they just couldn't concentrate on the amount of titles that they really had. Now, if you're going to have one tag team title, one world title, I guess it's okay and acceptable to have two mid-card titles. So we'll see. But again, the US Championship and the Intercontinental Championship have such history, have such a prestige that this should not be unified. It makes sense, right? And Frisbee says, Randy as a heel is more dominant than he is as a face. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Randy as a heel, the guy who would punt people and they would be out for months, is the Randy Orton I want back. The Randy Orton who destroyed the McMahon family back in 2009 before WrestleMania 25 is the Randy Orton that I want so badly back. Gargano is possibly joining AEW. Andy, I agree. He's got to be there. Where else is he got to go? He's got to go to AEW for sure. Mustafa says, I think from my heart, The Rock should conquer Roman Reigns. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. But what I see happening is Rock comes back and Roman Reigns goes over The Rock. He does the unthinkable in Hollywood. Roman Reigns destroys The Rock. He pins him 1, 2, 3 to really solidify himself as the head of the table. I think that's what's going to be happening. And FMCC, I would love to see Riddle as a heel because last time we saw RK Bro, Randy Orton broke it up. So I think Riddle, I don't care who breaks it up, but I just want the team to be broken up because I want to see Randy Orton as a solo act once again. By the way, speaking of act, look at Damian Priest right here destroying AJ Styles in front of our very eyes. Go for the cover. Wow, I thought that was going to be a pinfall right there, but AJ Styles kicks out in the nick of time. Bobby says Ashley DeBois wrestled today on AEW Dark Elevation against Diamante. Sweet. That must have been a good match. Is Styles bleeding again? Don't tell me he's bleeding again. Oh my gosh, poor guy. Let's see if he really is. Poor guy, though. When he was making his entrance WrestleMania, the way he just bumped into the stage and he was bleeding, gotta feel bad for him. And it seems like he's bleeding. I'm trying to take a closer look. Well, they're not focusing on his face. Oh my gosh, he really is bleeding. Yes, he is bleeding. Poor guy. Look at him. Wow. With how frequently Styles bleeds, he would fit right in with AEW, wouldn't he? Oh, shots fired. I mean, AEW, the wrestlers bleed every single week now, so Styles would fit right in. Usos is getting the Raw for sure. Usos are definitely unifying the championships, and the Bloodline is really going to be the faction of the WWE for sure. I guess we could also see in the future Edge's faction and the Bloodline crossing paths. That would happen. Bro, do you remember Nexus? Mustafa? Yeah, of course I do, brother. I mean, Nexus was such a big part of, me growing up watching wrestling. I loved it. I loved the Nexus, right? So good. Still, I get goosebumps. I think I have goosebumps right now. Speaking of Nexus, check out the interview that I did with PJ Black. That is Justin Gabriel from the Nexus, not too long ago. And we talk about Nexus and all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty fun interview. Check it out. But I love the Nexus too, man. But they're never cutting back. At least the original members are never getting back thanks to guys like Ryback, right? Who's never getting back there. Now, and also Husky Harris or Bray Wyatt, I think he's way past it as well. So the original Nexus members probably will never get back. And look what's happening here. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Wow. This is so great for Damian Priest. This guy is more over than he ever was. Look at this guy. Scary looking dude right there. Wow. What a way to close this off. What a way to close this off. Look at that. And if The Rock comes back and faces Reigns, will he stay in WWE for a good amount of time? That's right, Frisbee. That's what I think. I think he's coming back only to lose. I think he's got to be back, and this time he will lose. Unlike WrestleMania 28, when he came back with all the bells and whistles and he won, this time he's got to be in to pass the torch for good. This could be Rock's final Mania, and I think this could also be the year when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we'll see how this all plays out, but I expect for him to lose and to also win by getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think so. Can you show us what's going on? Because I don't have WWE Network FMC. If I would, I'm telling you, I would get banned from here. I would get banned from YouTube. I would be gone, and I'd be history. So I can't show. But you can, of course, listen because I raised up the volume when the show is on, and you can listen to me talk. But I can't show you because I'd be history if I did. Roman has been defeating the legends of past eras. The Rock will be added to the list. True, I agree. He's got to do it. He's got to do it, right? I mean, after these years, not even months, but years of build up to this match, Roman Reigns is gonna lose. He's not gonna be dropping his momentum to somebody who potentially, if even he comes back, he's gonna be back for like in a part-time schedule for sure, and he's gonna be back for like 6 months max before he picks up another movie, if not less, right? So he's not dropping his momentum to Rock. It's not gonna be happening for sure. Not gonna happen. I was scared that if Nexus will take over FMC, that was very real, and I loved it. I loved it. I saw them as absolute heels. I hated them, which is what made them so good. Ashley Dembois is getting all the opportunity lately on AEW. Do you think she is signed with them? I don't think so. I think if she's signed, it's like the B grade contract. They've got different classes, so I think it's the second one. So if she's signed, she's not like an exclusive wrestler. She's not signed to the Dynamite kind of deal where she's gonna appear on the show. When she does, she's gonna have her own All Elite graphic and whatnot. So far, she hasn't had it, so we'll see. What if Solo Sikoa beats Roman? There I go, true, with a good question right there. Would be interesting, talk about passing the torch. I mean, The Rock passes the torch to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns passes it over to Solo. Now, I think it would be very good. I mean, what a way to pass the torch would that be? But, I don't know. I don't know, because Roman Reigns is the stature of Roman Reigns, the build, the height, everything for Roman, all check, all the boxes checked. For Solo, I feel like he's good, but he's got some work to do, and that's why he's on NXT. He's got some work to do. If he does not want to be a mid-carder on the main roster, they will need to get some work done on his appearance, on his outfit, on the gimmick, because without a gimmick and without a proper outfit, he's just going to be a mid-carder, I feel. That's what I feel. So he really has to stand out. Otherwise, he's just going to be Uso. He's just going to be another Uso on the main roster. That's what I'm afraid of. AJ, breaking news, says Jason. What just happened? The lights went out. Something happened. Something definitely happened. I thought Edge was coming back. Something happened. He summoned a devil. Something happened, Jason. Let me know if you know what happened. Where will Bray Wyatt go next? FMC, it seems like AEW is an option, but we'll see. Purple Lights, that's right. Purple Lights, breaking news Friday night. HOG Tribulation card. Briscoes, wow. Hopefully, versus TJP. TJP getting a good match, by the way. Good for him. All right, we're back from commercial. And Michael Cole is talking about he doesn't understand what he just witnessed. I don't understand it either. Nobody does. Nobody does.
No, it's not good. It's quite frightening. All we know is that the power in the arena has been restored. We'll go to
but not Michael Cole, sorry. It's Jimmy Smith. Jimmy Smith, actually the center of the commentary booth. Good for him getting the upgrade. All right, so we know that they have no idea what just happened. Nobody has an idea. All they know that the power has been restored. The power went out for a second there. Not sure if it's supernatural stuff going on here right now. And look at AJ Styles' face, all bruised up. Wow, Damian Priest really went out there and punished AJ Styles, didn't he? Do you see all that blood, all those bruises on his head? That's crazy. AJ Styles went out there, and true, you were right. There he is, the top of the hour, the Miz versus Cody Rhodes match happening right now. And Frisbee says Cody might beat Roman for both the titles. Might happen, but I guess it's only going to happen after WrestleMania 39 is what I think. That would be my thing. I'm not predicting tonight. So easy so far. That's right, Renegade. You make a lot of sense. It does seem very, very easy for sure. Undertaker, Purple Lights, Albert. I don't think it's going to be Taker. I think it's Edge. Not Taker. I don't think so. And Mustafa says, or new NWO, John Cena and Brock and Omos. Would love that. Would be a very dream faction for sure. He has been champion for a whole year, and he's got to be a champion for another whole year. FMC is what I think. And Miz coming out. Isn't this the same outfit that he wore for his match with Logan Paul? Is he missing Logan Paul here because he's wearing the same yellow and black, isn't he? Look at him. And Albert says Undertaker Purple Knights. No, I think it's Edge. Edge faction also using purple lights, right? So it's got to be Edge. Knoxville will release soon because Sami Zayn has a rival with Drew McIntyre. Knoxville, I don't think he was ever signed to a contract. It was only a one-off. So Knoxville is fine. He's fine. I would like to see Tommaso Ciampa versus Roman Reigns. Bobby would love that as well. Only a matter of time. And do you see the fans in the audience right there? They're all smiles. They're smiling so big. Every time Cody Rhodes comes down, the music hits. Everybody's smiling so big. Look at this guy. Super duper over. He ever was. I think he's more over now than he even was in AEW. He's super over. There you go. First wrestling match on Raw in 6 years. Cody Rhodes is ready to go. There we go. And Albert says Johnny Knoxville on the WWE roster. No, don't get confused. He's not. Bring up Bron Breakker. Yeah, I mean, I think he's ready. But if he comes up to the main roster, NXT is gonna feel left out. So I guess he's gonna stay there until he's fully prepared, and also until NXT really has a replacement. Because right now, if Bron Breakker moves up to the main roster, who's gonna replace him on NXT is a question. Jacob Fatu would be, oh, for sure, my gosh. Jacob Fatu is a monster. He would destroy Roman Reigns. Bring both the Fatu brothers from GCW. You know, we saw them last night on GCW. Bring both of them up to WWE and watch them destroy the Bloodline. They would kill it. And FMC says, breaking news, Edge's new entrance music is more oh, there you go. There we go. Okay. Wow. Alright, FMC. There we go. Very bold statement right there. Chris says, I picked Cody. Yes, that's right. Everybody get your predictions in. Who's going to win here? Is it going to be Cody? Is it going to be Miz? As Renegade says, it seems very predictable tonight, which it does. But still, let me know. Who do you think is going to win? Cody? Wait a second. Look who's here. Seth freaking Rollins coming out. Miz looks super confused, like, what are you doing out here? He comes out, he's dancing around, he's having a good time. The Drip King on the stage. What is he even doing here? Let's see what this is going to be all about. Seth Rollins is coming out. Miz looks confused. Cody Rhodes looks very distracted. And that's exactly what Seth Rollins wants, doesn't he? And the bell's been rung. And Miz going after Cody. Cody going, wow. Miz gets the first laugh with a big elbow strike to the face of Cody Rhodes and a big knee. Cody Rhodes right now is on the receiving end of the offense for sure. Miz has the upper hand early on in the match. That is not something that I saw coming. And now there we go with the crossbody. Cody Rhodes trying to turn around, trying to regain the momentum that he lost due to the distraction with a big wow. Look at that. Miz goes down to the ringside. Cody Rhodes looking for the big dive. And Miz gets out of the way. The coward Miz gets out of the way as Cody Rhodes was looking for the dive right there. Miz back in the ring. Cody Rhodes follows him in there. And Miz goes for the elbow. Cody gets out of the way. Miz is hurt. And Cody Rhodes with the springboard. Oh dear. Let's see. Cody's gonna go for it. Look at him. He holds Miz up, all the blood circulating right to his head. Miz has to be dizzy. He throws him down and going for the cover. It's got to be a kick out at 2 for sure. Let's see what else we have here. Ricky says, I pick Cody. Gary says, do you think Damian Priest could pull off an Undertaker gimmick? I think that's a long way to go, brother. Undertaker, it's really hard to pull off that gimmick. It's really hard to make it that real. I mean, Undertaker made that gimmick feel so real. It would be hard for anybody else to do the same. But let's see if he's got to be able to do that, Gary. Let's see. What do you think? Let me know what do you think about this. This just in, Mr. McMahon enters the Cody Waiter and replaced it with Pyros. That's right. That's right. He did that. He did that. I think they got frustrated with the whole Cody Waiter thing last week when he was making his Raw entrance. I mean, it was a mess. The cameras couldn't follow him. They couldn't, work it out properly. The production was just weird. The whole entrance just felt weird because of the Cody Waiter. So it makes sense. I guess this is a good idea, better idea. Here comes Seth Rollins. That's right, Dale. He's out here. NXT better be without overrated. That's right. Oh, there you go. Andy finds Bron Breakker to be overrated. I partly agree, Andy. I partly agree. And all right, Bobby, I'll check it out in a bit. And Miz right there with a big boot to Cody Rhodes. I am surprised because early on I thought this was going to be a one-sided match. I thought Cody Rhodes was going to be dominating the match overall. But Miz is actually fighting back and he's dominating also. So good. Miz is showing Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes made a statement early on during the segment that kicked off Raw. Cody said, Miz, you haven't changed at all. You're the same guy that you were 6 years ago when I left the company. And you're the same guy now, arrogant, full of, and all that stuff. And Miz out here is proving that he's not the same guy. He's a better and more improved version of himself. He's proving it through his performance in the ring and giving Cody Rhodes a very hard time. Cody Rhodes with a big punch to the face of the Miz. Miz trying to fight back, but it doesn't work. Cody Rhodes has the upper hand right now as we speak, for sure. Gets him in the corner and is dominating him for sure. True says, Seth Rollins might as well be wearing Capri pants. That's right. That's right. By the way, have you guys checked out Shayna Baszler's WWE Hall of Fame ceremony outfit? You should check it out. That was one hell of an outfit. Shayna Baszler's outfit for the Hall of Fame. Check it out. You'll be intrigued. And True says, Seth Rollins, that's right. And Alexa Bliss has been married. That's right. Congratulations to Alexa Bliss. Good for her. And FMC says, how cringe was Seth Rollins' entrance at WrestleMania? Whole kids just sing along. He's, you know what? I love Seth. I know he's cringe, but I like that about him. He's so cringe, but he's still so confident. Not a lot of people can pull off what he pulls off, right? With such a big smile on his face. He's cringy, but he's happy with it, so I guess that makes sense. And Renegade says, Gary, in my opinion, I think Priest would do great doing something like Taker, but he couldn't be Taker because only one Taker. I agree. Yeah, he could be like Taker, but not exactly Taker, right? Because there is going to be only one Phenom for sure. But Priest would definitely benefit from a darker character. I guess that is why they're experimenting with this whole, faction, which is so dark with Edge and Priest. I think that's why they're doing it, because they realize that Priest would flourish with such a gimmick. Let's see how this all turns out, though. I want to see The Rock versus Triple H, career versus career, says Mustafa. Man, I would love to see that too, And that was a match that they had been teasing, right? I believe there was a point, I'm trying to think about it, it was at WrestleMania 20, actually, as I recall it, I believe WrestleMania 30 was supposed to be The Rock versus Triple H match. But, the whole thing with CM Punk happened, and then Daniel Bryan had to pull off a double duty, and then we got a Triple H versus Daniel Bryan match, and then Bryan got inserted into the triple threat. So everything changed because of CM Punk leaving the company, and also Raw got busy, so that match didn't happen. But that match was supposed to happen, as I recall right now, at WrestleMania 30. They even teased it on SmackDown, on a special episode of SmackDown, where The Rock was there himself. They teased a match between Triple H and The Rock. And the dirt sheet said it was going to happen. It didn't happen. But it was supposedly a match that was years in the making. And was supposedly going to happen, about 8 years ago. It didn't happen. It will never happen. Triple H will never step back in the ring again. And Jake is here. Jake, good to see you. What's up? What's going on, brother? Hope you're enjoying Raw, because tonight's Raw has been special. Has been good. Gary says, isn't Jacob Fatu technically in the bloodline? He really is. And that's why he should be coming on board. He should be getting at the show, getting at the WWE, and really dominating it. It would be great, Roman Reigns calling himself the head of the table. Jacob Fatu coming on here and really proving to Reigns who really is the head of the table. I think that'd be pretty nice. Mustafa Triple H done. That's right. True. Sad truth is that Triple H is not wrestling anymore. I would like to see Mariah May wrestle on Impact Wrestling. Bobby, I'd love that. And we've talked about it. Mariah May versus Deonna Purrazzo. Give me that match. Give us that match. Anybody else here aware of Mariah May and a fan of Mariah May? Let me know if you are. Triple H deserves someone to retire him. Yeah, but health matters, so. Rocky and Triple H tease. Oh, 32. Was it 32? True, thank you for that. I thought it was 30. Thank you for that. And Alexa Bliss sang at her wedding with the group NSYNC. There you go. NSYNC. Wow. They went out there with that. Nice. I have always wanted to see a darker priest like he was on NXT before being called up. I guess we're finally getting it. A much darker priest even than NXT Renegade. Let's see. AJ, do you like Tatum Prexy and Fallon? For sure. Especially Tatum. I think Tatum's great. And Casey is good but very injury prone. Sadly for Casey, she's injured and she's out of action more time than she's in action. So I hope that gets sorted and Casey can be back and she can be more consistent with her performance, because so far she's very, very injury prone. But we'll see what happens. And Cody Rhodes also struggling but slowly trying to regain momentum and stay. Okay, he is carrying the Miz right now, carrying him up. Puts him down. Going for the cover, and Miz kicks out. Okay. It's interesting. This match has been going on longer than I expect. And I thought Miz was not going to put on a performance like he is. I thought this was going to be a one-sided match again, but apparently it's not. And apparently, we're going to be getting MVP's VIP Lounge tonight. So not one talk show, but two talk shows. We already had Miz TV, that kicked off Raw. And later on tonight, we're going to be getting MVP's VIP Lounge with his newest friend. That is Omos, going to be the special guest. Now that Omos is, MVP's friend and MVP's managing Omos, I hope that he can find a new outfit, a new ring gear for Omos, because he desperately needs one. He needs a repackage, which I believe MVP's going to bring it, to Omos, but he really needs a new outfit, a new gear. So I hope that happens too. And Bobby says, I'm a fan of Mariah May. I would like to see her. That's nice, brother. Absolutely. Would love to see her against Giselle Shaw too. And Cody Rhodes is in trouble right now. Figure 4 locked in. Wow. I'm really surprised at how good The Miz is coming across tonight. I mean, so good, so dominant, really giving a returning Cody Rhodes a hard time. This is his first match on Raw in 6 years. You'd think that this would be an easier bout for Cody Rhodes. It would be a more dominant match for him to prove his dominance, to prove his strength. But no, he is struggling here. Look at the beautiful figure 4. Wow. Cody Rhodes is in pain. Look at him selling it off. And look at Seth Rollins right there. So calculated right there as he sits there. He's watching the show, watching it very closely. Wow. Cody Rhodes trying to turn it around. Trying to turn it around. The Miz trying to resist. And Cody turns it around as we speak right now. He turns it around. And the figure 4, we know, once it's turned around, it works the other way. So the person who was in the offense right now is now in the defense. And Miz is trying to crawl to the ropes. Is he going to be able to make it? Or is he going to be able to break the Miz? Let's see what happens, because Miz right now seems broken. He seems like he wants to give up. He wants to tap out. Alright, he makes it to the ropes right there. Just in the nick of time, he makes it there. If Roman Reigns is the head of the table, I'm the head of destruction. I love that, Mustafa. I love that. The default, that's right. That's absolutely true. Sadly. Albert, I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. I hope you're doing well as well. Your favorite wrestler? My favorite wrestler so far. I believe that it's interesting. You know what? I gotta say Cena for sure. All-time favorite, Cena, Taker, Kane. All-time favorites are those people out there. But right now is Roman Reigns. Currently, Roman Reigns, the best. And Renegade says Seth Rollins will interfere. It seems like it. I mean, there is a reason why he's there, and he's not there just to sit and watch. He's gonna get involved. I think so. I think it's gonna happen. Let's see. Renegade says, guess not. I still think he will. Or wait, is the match over for you? And am I behind you? I guess I am. Because now Cody Rhodes hits the crossroads, and he goes for the cover. There you go. Guess not, Renegade. Guess not. Seth Rollins was a good guy tonight. He was just sitting there, enjoying the match, not getting involved, not doing anything dirty. Cody Rhodes with the win. And he's all sweaty after the match. Look at him. That was a hard-fought match for sure. I mean, interesting booking for sure. I thought this was going to be a squash, but no. It was a hard-fought battle, but good for Cody Rhodes coming out on top and really over with the fans here. The fans are loving Cody Rhodes. They're loving him. Good for him. Look at this guy. Awesome. I wonder, his brother watching this right now, I wonder if he too wants to jump ship from AEW onto WWE now. I mean, he has to, right? He's gotta, you know, he must want to be here. And I don't know how he's being treated in AEW right now, because his brother is, comes across as a traitor, sort of a traitor, leaving the company and coming over to the rival company. So I wonder how are they treating Cody's brother right now in AEW. I wonder. Let's see. Tomorrow, WWE video game, Albert, for sure. You asked for it, you got it. We're gonna play some games tomorrow. And Albert, for sure, will do it. Be here. We'll play some games together. And Tony says 1 for Raw. And Seth Rollins is here in the ring, laughing in the face of Cody Rhodes. All right, what is this all about? Seth Rollins has the microphone in hand. Look at that.
I heard all the kind things you had to say about me earlier. I heard you even throw out the word rematch. But what I want you to remember about WrestleMania, Cody, is that you were a surprise opponent. And so going into WrestleMania, you had every single advantage.
Alright, so it's happening. We're getting Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania Backlash. That's what's happening here. And Cody going RKO. Let's see. Let's see. I believe that's just your crossroads right there. Anthony, good to see you. Seth reminds me of the Joker. That's right again, and he pulls it off so well. I don't think there's any other person on the roster right now who would pull off this gimmick as well as Seth does. I mean, he does it beautifully, so magically, so good. We're getting it. We're getting the rematch. It is official. WrestleMania Backlash. Rollins and Rhodes once again.
Cody Rhodes clearly accepting. I hope this match gets made official, but you know, guys, you know that Seth Rollins as a
This guy is crazy. And look at Cody right there. He's standing in the middle of the ring. He looks confused. He doesn't understand what's going on as Seth Rollins goes dancing around him. Wow, look at that. Cody Rhodes is left confused in the ring, and it's official. We're going to be getting Cody and Rollins one more time, the second dance. They haven't confirmed the date and the venue yet, but it's got to be WrestleMania Backlash for sure. Dustin seems like he wants to stay in AEW. Yes, you know, when the whole rumors were going around and it was basically proven that Cody Rhodes was jumping over to the WWE, Dustin Rhodes really took to Twitter very quickly to let everybody know that, hey, you know what, guys? I'm still with AEW, and I'm gonna be here with AEW. He really let everybody know that, so it seems like he wants to be there. I wonder how long, or if he really is gonna be there for too long. Let's see what happens. Bro, do you play Far Cry or Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? I haven't played Sekiro Shadows, but I've played Far Cry for sure. Yeah. Good game. And now we're getting a look at Elias's younger brother, Ezekiel. What do you think of us, Ezekiel? I would love to see Ezekiel and Elias together in the same ring at the same time. I'd love to see them form a tag team. I mean, you talk about the Mysterios being a very memorable and nice tag team right there, father and son. I'd love to see the brother and the brother, Ezekiel and Elias. Let's have these team in a tag team together. Let's do it.
wonderful time.
All right.
I'm really sorry.
And Tommaso Ciampa and Ezekiel now.
Welcome you to Monday Night Raw.
There you go.
I'm Ezekiel. I'm Elias's younger brother. Thanks, Ezekiel. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, that's no. See, don't get fooled. That's a lie. That's Elias.
Kevin Owens comes out. He's like, "Don't get fooled. That is Elias. That's not his brother. That is Elias." No, it's not Elias. It's Ezekiel. We all know that.
I don't like liars. Stop it. What are you trying to pull?
That is hilarious.
It's your mistake.
That's right. Kevin says, "I don't like liars. You're lying. I don't like liars. What are you trying to prove here? Why do you keep saying it's Ezekiel, not Elias?" But we all know the truth. It's not Elias. It's his brother, Ezekiel. Isn't that right? It's his brother.
Why are you doing this?
That's right. It will not die true. I love the lying gimmick. It's so cute.
Who's still saying around here? Huh? That's Elias.
It's not Elias. Poor guy is going crazy saying it's Elias. It's not Elias. We all know that. It's not Elias. And right, Liv is coming out here. Liv Morgan coming out. But the transformation Liv Morgan has had in the WWE over the years has been fabulous. I mean, look at Liv Morgan a year before and look at her now. In a year, she has made such a drastic difference. I mean, she's from a star to a superstar, right? She looks good. She looks confident. The personality on point. The in-ring work on point. There is no stopping Liv Morgan. And I believe if Alexa Bliss stays out of action for a bit longer, Liv Morgan is got to take that spot. And she's got to be replacing Alexa Bliss as a top lady for sure. So Alexa better come back soon. Otherwise, Liv Morgan is going to take that spot very, very quickly. She is getting over with the fans and more fans by the day. Everybody loves Liv Morgan. I haven't heard anybody say a bad thing about Liv, not the fans and not the wrestlers either. Everybody says only good things about Liv. And that is Elias' younger brother Ezekiel. That's right, Renegade. That is his brother. And I can see Andy saying it's Elias. I can see Albert saying it's Elias. I can see True saying so. Everybody here says it's Elias. I want to say no, it's not Elias. It's his brother. I do believe it. It's his brother. And Renegade believes me as well. Thank you, Renegade. It is his brother Ezekiel, not Elias. Still hate that Liv Morgan team. That's right, True. I agree. The Liv Morgan team and the Tron has to go. The ARFX have to go. They do not match the Liv Morgan that we see right now. She is a whole different animal now, ever since the scenes of Rhea Ripley especially. I mean, she is a different lady. She's not about the colored tongue, and she's not about the, lucky-go-lucky Liv Morgan anymore. She's a more serious competitor, so give her a more serious theme, and especially a more serious Tron. We don't need the pink and the purple. We need something darker, right? Something black or, I don't know, some other colors, but not the pink and purple. Let's get rid of that. There you go. And and Albert says, I'm obsessed with Liv Morgan, but I'm sorry. That's all right. That's okay. I know a lot of people, they love Liv Morgan because she really is talented, really good in the ring. And Bobby says, AJ, yes, I'm a fan of Challenge Royal and Layla Gray, both of them are talented wrestlers. I would like to see both of them accepted in Deonna Purrazzo's Champ Challenge. Wow, both of them really good. Very good. But before that, let's have Mariah May versus Deonna. We both know we won that match. There you go. Go Mary Morgan, and we are in commercial break once again. It's been a good show, and you know what? I can't believe it that we've been watching this show for nearly 90 minutes, so which means halfway through the show already, and it doesn't even feel like it. This show has been fluid, not boring at all. It's been fun, it's been entertaining. Right off the bat, we got a very nice segment. Then we got a Veer Mahan match, which was entertaining. Then we had Dominik Mysterio being stretchered out, which also, was, intriguing. And then we had some more matches, and of course, we are now down to the Cody Rhodes match, which was also pretty damn good. And now we're going to be having this Liv Morgan match. So tonight's Raw has been nice, has been sweet, not bad at all. And it's Elias with razor bumps. No, there you go, True. No, it's Ezekiel. There you go. Renegade cannot say it enough. He says it over and over again. Thank you, Renegade. It is Ezekiel. But you know what, guys? I have one problem with the name Ezekiel, and the problem is that every time I hear the name Ezekiel, or I say the name Ezekiel, a photograph, a picture pops up in my head, and that picture, that image, is of Ezekiel Jackson, the last ever ECW champion, Ezekiel Jackson. Do you remember that guy, Ezekiel? I mean, that guy was special, such a monster. Everybody loved him. I loved him. I thought he was a powerhouse. Before there was Moose, there was Ezekiel Jackson, guys. And now when I hear the name Ezekiel, I can't help but think of him. And I think they're talking about that Ezekiel, but it's not. It's this Ezekiel. But Ezekiel Jackson has since retired from wrestling. He's not even a wrestler anymore. And I believe he actually, stepped away from the ring, from professional wrestling, when ECW went out of business. So he never pursued wrestling ever since, which is very interesting. He was true to ECW. He was a true ECW champion. He was a very proud champion for sure. Liv Morgan is a fabulous wrestler. She's really down to earth. That's right. She's really good. With her fans, with the locker room, everybody loves her. RKO will lose tonight? I hope so. I like Liv Morgan, says Bobby. Love that. Kelly. Oh, that's right. Kelly was good. She really is good. Absolutely. There you go. All right, now we are down. We're back from commercial, and they're putting on the stats right there. They're showing us how WrestleMania compares to Super Bowl. And overall, it seems like WrestleMania wins. And you know what? It definitely does, because Super Bowl, if you look at Super Bowl, it's a event. It's a big event, but it's limited only to the USA, to the country of America. It doesn't go outside of America. Super Bowl, not a lot of people watch it outside America. Maybe some people in the UK will do, maybe in Australia too as well. But, in other parts of the world, people don't care about Super Bowl. It's an American thing. WrestleMania is a global thing. The fans across the globe watch WWE, and they look forward to WrestleMania. So you cannot compare a show that is only a national show to a show that's a global show, right? It's for global audiences. A WrestleMania, of course, has more social media hits and has more views because everybody from across the globe is tuning in to WrestleMania. That's where the difference lies here. AJ, which wrestler from the past do you want to see wrestle against Liv Morgan? I would love. That's a very good question, brother. And I would love to see. I would love to see Tori Wilson versus Liv Morgan. I don't know why I say that, but I think Tori Wilson would be great. By the way, we don't see Tori Wilson a lot. We do see Kelly making returns. We see a lot of other women making their returns. We don't see Tori Wilson a lot. I wonder why. But would love to see that match one day. I want to see Britt Baker versus Deonna Purrazzo. Renegade, I would love that too. But I did ask Deonna Purrazzo, and she said, I don't want to wrestle my friend. We don't want to wrestle each other, because if we do, somebody's going to lose their title, which right now Britt Baker doesn't have a title. But you know what they mean. Back then, she had a title, and Deonna was like, you know what, I don't want to wrestle her because somebody's going to lose, and we don't want anybody to lose. So let's form a tag team. Let's go after the tag team gold. Let's not take away each other's titles. So we might never get that match. Maybe. Let's see. We'll find out. Can you interview her? Albert, who do you want me to interview? Let me know. Britt likes to bake. There we go. I think it's obvious. You're right. Yep. And now, can you feel the glow, guys? Can you feel the glow? Because coming out now is Sasha Banks and Naomi. And Sasha Banks right there, looking good. She definitely is feeling the glow. I think with Sasha, it's interesting because she was super duper over as a solo act. But now she's in this tag team, which is nice. But I wonder, does she still have this very same charm and the very same appeal that she had 2-3 years ago as a solo act? I don't know, because I don't know if I'm still that big of a fan that I was a few years ago. So let me know if you're still a Sasha Banks fan, though. Let me know, what do you think about her? I watch Canadian football. Grey Cup, that's their version of Super Bowl. There you go. That's right, Andy. I mean, Super Bowl is not an international show. It's not for everybody. So that's right. I want to see Deonna Purrazzo versus Willow Nightingale. Would love that. Maybe we might actually get to see it. Let's see. Liv Morgan. That's right, Albert. Oh, Liv Morgan interview. I would love to do that, but a WWE interview goes through a process. So maybe we get to do it soon. Let's keep trying. Cody Rhodes is the reason Boss and Glow are the women's tag team champion. That's right. That's right. Oh, wow. And right now you can see Naomi going at it. Liv Morgan with the beautiful dodges right there. Naomi with a big kick to Liv Morgan. She goes down. She goes flying down across the ring. And Naomi is looking for a big one into the corner. Liv Morgan gets out of the way. Can you see how much Liv Morgan has improved in the ring? I mean, Liv Morgan a year before was not nearly the same as she is now. So gifted in the ring. So good. The looks, the personality, the way she's moving in the ring is on point. Liv Morgan really brings the heat now that she's in the ring. So good. Fantastic indeed. AJ like to see Liv Morgan versus Trish Stratus. Liv Morgan versus Trish Stratus for sure. Would love that. Yeah. Naomi likes the nightclubs. There you go. Is everyone having a girlfriend? Mustafa, what's going on here? Let's see. And Naomi was going to go for a clothesline. Once again, Liv Morgan counters it. Liv Morgan was going to go for a clothesline with Naomi with the beautiful counter. Both of them going for drop kicks at the same damn time. And both of them down. Going for very similar moves right there at the same time. Serena Deeb versus Deonna Purrazzo would be great. I agree, Renegade would be fantastic. But I believe the next time an AEW Superstar or ROH Superstar, they face off Deonna Purrazzo in a champ challenge, they're going to take away her ROH title. Because, it's only a matter of time before Tony Khan wants that title back in the company. And I believe he's going to send one of their top wrestlers to bring that title back home. So I guess it's going to be happening. And by the way, big slam, big power slam right there from Naomi to Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan goes down. Naomi goes for the cover. And Liv Morgan counters and rolls her up as well. And Naomi once again going for the cover. Wow. And with the sudden roll-up, Naomi is able to get Liv Morgan down, and Liv Morgan was not able to kick out. Are you kidding me? Naomi with a very surprising win right here. I didn't see it coming. But Naomi with the win right there. Wow, look at that. Good for her, I guess. Wow, I didn't see this coming at all. That is surprising. You gotta be kidding me right here. Naomi out of nowhere gets the win. Naomi defeats Liv Morgan. Good for her. And coming up next, I believe, is going to be the VIP Lounge featuring Omos. So let's see how this is going to be. I'm pretty sure Lashley's going to be in it to ruin the party, to interfere in the VIP Lounge, but we'll see how this all plays out. Albert says, speaking of Mustafa, what happened to Mustafa Ali? We were just talking about this earlier. Mustafa Ali has actually expressed interest in wrestling Cody Rhodes in the WWE. He wants back in the company now, it seems, because, you know, if the company keeps him away and they don't release him, he's got to be on the shelf for a few years because he has a few years left on his contract. So unless the company releases him, he's not going to be able to wrestle. So his only way to get back to the ring now is to, you know, fix whatever is going on with himself, between himself and the WWE, and get back in the ring. And if he does not, he's not going to be able to wrestle for a few more years, which sucks, right? It sucks. Yep. That's right. Mustafa, don't say that you're lonely. You've got the family, Wrasslinews family here, right? And we watch wrestling every single night here together, so you're not lonely. You've got all of us to watch wrestling with, correct? Albert says, speaking of Mustafa, that's right, Mustafa Ali, we just spoke about this right now. AJ, do you see what I sent you on Instagram, the roster of Ring of Honor? Let me check it out right now, by that 1 second. Let's see. What has Andy sent on Instagram? Let's take a look. Bobby, sorry. And Bobby has sent the roster so far for Ring of Honor. Thank you for this, Bobby. And he says, Brian Cage. I'm so glad that he's a part of ROH. Brian Cage, Cash Wheeler, Dax Hartwood, Jay Lethal, Jonathan Gresham, Khan, Minoru Suzuki, Samoa Joe, Toa Leona, Wheeler Yuta are all part of ROH now. Interesting. So out of these names, I'm pretty sure that FTR is also going to be showing up on AEW here and there, because no way AEW is getting rid of FTR. They cannot be exclusive to ROH only. All the others, I guess they're going to be exclusive to ROH. I don't think it's going to be a problem if they're not. Also, Samoa Joe cannot be exclusive to ROH, I'm sorry. So FTR and Samoa Joe, I don't see them being exclusive to ROH only. They got to move over to AEW as well once in a while. So apart from that, women's roster, AQA, Diana Perazzo. They're listing her as a ROH talent. Interesting. And Mercedes Martinez, there you go. Sanjay Dutt, Tully Blanchard, there you go. But they're listing Diana Perazzo as a ROH talent. It's surprising. Wow, she is a Impact Wrestling talent, contracted talent. So how are they listing her as a ROH talent is definitely intriguing. Liv lost times in a row. Wow, that's right, she did. Brother man Bobby Lashley, he's coming out here. He's in the ring. He's looking for a fight. Let's see how this goes down. Renegade, that's right, he is in the house. Bobby Lashley's here. I thought this was going to be a VIP lounge, but no. Bobby Lashley's here looking for a fight. Let's see what happens. All right. So it's been a sweet show so far. 1 hour, 32 minutes of Raw so far. It's been a sweet show. Not too bad. Not too shabby. We've still got 1 hour and 30 minutes still to go, so it's only got to get better, hopefully. Let's see what the main event's going to be. Let's see what else do they have in store for us when it comes to Lashley and Omos. There's lots of questions to be answered. That's right. Commercials and commercials. So many commercials, right? It has been a lot of commercials. Maybe they will add more names to ROH Women's Division. Bobby, for sure. And, you know, the roster list that you sent me, Bobby, is pretty sweet. But, again, the concern that I have here is that how is Diana Perazzo listed as a talent for ROH, right? She's an Impact Wrestling talent. Again, she holds the championship, but technically she's an Impact talent. So how have they listed her in the Women's Division of ROH is my concern here. Slight concern. I guess we'll find out. But right now, slightly concerned of how this is going to go on. But speaking of Women's Division, Amber Noah is going to be coming over, and she's going to be doing an interview, and the interview with Amber Noah is coming out this weekend, this Sunday. So don't miss out, because Amber Noah is going to be right here on Wrasslinews to talk about her career, to talk about her wrestling career so far, what got her into wrestling, how she feels right now, what her future holds, all that stuff. Make sure to tune in. And what else do we see here? Let's see. Renegade says, I'm not impressed with Raw tonight. I guess I understand why, Renegade, because it started off with a little segment, and the show has been predictable. Very predictable, right? Apart from that whole Naomi and Liv Morgan match, which, by the way, makes no sense to me. I don't know how that match made sense. I don't know what that did to anybody. I mean, the only thing that it did was that Liv Morgan kind of looked weak. She looked like she's not really invincible. That's what it did. But that match did nothing else. It was weird. It was weird. And even the way that it ended, and they cut it off, and they went to commercial or whatnot, was weird. Very abrupt and a little weird for sure. And so many commercials. So I kind of understand your concern there with Raw not being super impressive, Renegade. I kind of agree. Interesting for sure. Alright. Alright. Come on. So many commercials tonight. So many commercials. I kind of miss the picture-in-picture. We only get to see picture-in-picture for NXT. Isn't that right? Because tonight, for Raw, there has been no picture-in-picture. It's only been full-fledged commercials. Sucks. Alright. Come on, let's go back. And we're back. We're back.
Blah, blah, blah. Now, I wasn't quite invited to the MVP, the VIP lounge this week, but because what Omos and MVP did to me last week, I decided to just invite myself.
So Bobby Lashley comes out here even before MVP comes out here, and the couch is set and everything set, the champagne set. Let's see what this is going to be all about.
It should have been a celebration for the Almighty.
Andy, I agree. Yep, I agree. Tony Khan should sign Willow Nightingale. That's right, brother. That would be nice. But I agree with you, Andy and Renegade. It's been an okay show. Yeah.
Scary, man.
The best part of the show, I guess, was Cody Rhodes. That's it.
But then the next day on Raw, I felt that relentless power once again. But this time, it was because I was stabbed in the back by the one man in this entire world that I thought I could trust.
You know what is funny? Because I did an interview with Bobby Lashley, and during the interview, Bobby Lashley was asked, what do you think about, of course, Paul Heyman managing you? Would you like to see Paul Heyman managing you in the future instead of MVP? And he said, you know what, Paul Heyman's great, but I don't want to be a Paul Heyman guy because I've got MVP, and I think MVP does a pretty good job at managing me. So Bobby Lashley really has a lot of respect for MVP. So this, I'm pretty sure it hurts him, and it stinks for him, for sure. He's got a lot of respect for MVP in real life.
Maybe I should start making the VIP rounds a little more suitable for the Almighty.
Okay, let's do it.
Table that I didn't really like, this fresh Corinthian leather that you have here. MVP, why don't I just rearrange
So Lashley kept calling MVP out, and he wasn't coming out. And then Lashley threatened to destroy the MVP lounge, the VIP lounge furniture, and he comes out now. He doesn't want anything happening to his furniture. And out comes Omos. And Omos and Cody Rhodes wearing the same colors tonight. I mean, Cody Rhodes came out in a blue suit as well, and so does Omos. And I've been saying this. I've been talking about how Omos really needs a gear change. He needs a better outfit. It seems like they're headed in that right direction for Omos. A better looking suit already. Good for him.
Our lawyers, my lawyers, will be sending you a bill for the damages. MVP, you can shove that bill up your ass, and once you take care,
Wow, up your ass. There you go.
bring him down in this VIP lounge so we can explain to all these people why you did.
And True says the crowd is disrespecting Lashley. The crowd doesn't know Lashley and what he's worth, right? Sadly.
Come down there and teach you.
Gary says the best match so far was Cody Rhodes against The Miz for sure. And sadly, I don't even think that was an amazing match. It was just the best match, but not an amazing match. Clay, I see you. Picture of Bailey coming soon. Mustafa says Bobby Lashley deserves the US champion and IC champion. For sure he does. He never also lost the WWE Championship. Very good point there from true. He never lost it.
And all of these people that cheer for you should be collectively saying, thank you, MVP. So you want an explanation? You want an explanation? All right, you deserve that. When I came back to the WWE,
Okay.
you were floundering. You were letting some sawed-off runt and some wannabe TikTok star lead your career astray.
Okay, wait a second. Oh, MVP. Actually, shots fired at Lana right here. He says that when I came back to the WWE, you were letting a wannabe TikTok star lead your career into a direction. And that's shots fired at Lana, because when MVP came back, MVP was having a little, thing with Lana back then. And we saw how crazy it was with Lana in the bed and whatnot. It was crazy. Do you remember that whole angle between Lana and MVP? Let me know if you do, and how did you feel about it? It's crazy.
Lashley, don't you ever forget that it was MVP that made you almighty.
There we go.
You made me MVP. I made you. You came back for your farewell tour. You were ready to retire your boots and call an end to your career. But then you did what you do best. You latched on to your next meal ticket. You saw where the Almighty was going. I destroyed
Oh, that's a very nice promo being cut by Bobby Lashley right now. Both Lashley and MVP bringing their A game. It feels so real. And the way MVP is talking back to Lashley, the way he gets all emotional and riled up, it seems so much more authentic. He says, you made me, you made Bobby Lashley. No, you didn't. Lashley, you came back here. MVP, you came back here for your own retirement tour, for your farewell tour. You were going to have a few more matches, that's what it is. You were going to hang up your boots, but you stayed back here for me because you knew you could just piggyback on me and stay here longer. That's it.
He's meaner than you, and he will take your place atop the mountain because he's smart enough to realize that he needs me.
So you see, this is the kind of manager that Jade Cargill needs. Jade Cargill doesn't need that guy who's managing her right now because he can't even talk. I don't know why he's managing Jade, but Jade needs somebody like MVP to do the talking, to do the promotions, because all she needs to do is stand right there, like Omos is standing right there, and let MVP do all the talking.
You think you're tough because you're standing behind the giant? Well, I'm gonna chop his ass down just like I did at WrestleMania. And then after I finish Omos, MVP,
Alright, so another rematch.
I'm coming to get you.
Another rematch coming at WrestleMania Backlash. It's going to be Omos and Lashley. We already know Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes is going to be happening one more time at WrestleMania Backlash. We're also going to get Bobby Lashley versus Omos at WrestleMania Backlash for sure. And Tony says right there, VIP Lounge is not closed. And we see it. It's an end to the lounge. It's an end to the segment. We see the champagne flying off. We see the couch has been destroyed. The table's been destroyed. The furniture has been destroyed. And that's why the show is now closed, out of business. As we see, I could see Sky Blue wrestling on Ring of Honor, says Bobby. I could see it too, brother. Absolutely. Andy says, it's so sad that WWE never looked at Bobby Lashley the way Impact has dominated. That's right. That's right. Yep. For sure. It's sad, right? I mean, Impact sometimes does a good job and a better job than WWE when it comes to booking people. I mean, look the way Impact has booked. You don't even have to go too far. You don't have to go too far in history. Look at what they're doing right now with Heath Slater. They've booked him as a great guy, as a guy who's a bit funny sometimes, but still a monster. Still, he can get in the ring and he can get serious when he's in the ring. Actually outperform a lot of other people in the ring. I mean, they've booked Heath Slater beautifully, they've booked Rhino beautifully, they've booked so many other people, ex-WWE employees beautifully. You look at Iconics or Inspiration, look at how well they got treated at Impact. So it's sad that sometimes WWE fails to see in wrestlers what Impact does. It's true. Omos deserves a revenge against Bobby, says Mustafa. Yeah, I guess he's gonna be getting it. And look at that. The 24/7 gang backstage.
You had poker, you had cigars, and you had man
Man, R-Truth is a funny guy. His voice cracks me up. I mean, I could be sleeping at night and I hear his voice, I'm probably gonna laugh. He's such a funny guy. Oh, this is a guy I cannot stand. Reggie, I can't stand him.
Wait a minute. Reg, you still here? What about my 24, man? What about Dana Brooks? True. It's all good. Dana and Tamina, they're having a double bachelorette party. The title's safe. No one's going for the
Alright,
title.
bachelorette party going on here. We got all rematch at Backlash. That's right, Ricky. All rematches is what WrestleMania Backlash is all about. They should remove Backlash. They should start calling it WrestleMania Rewind, because that's what it is. Yes, should go back there, Bobby. That's right. Andy, agree. Absolutely agree. And Ricky says we got 3 matches at Backlash, 2 for Raw, 1 for SmackDown so far. It seems like it. Yep. Man, I cannot stand Reggie at all. And speaking of that, Bianca Belair is now coming out. Let's see what she brings to the table here tonight. And here's my champ, Bianca, says Tony. That's right, your champion, our champion. Oh my gosh, I actually got scared for a second. The way Bianca Belair was hopping on that stage, and in the Tron behind her, we saw that virtual tail, the virtual, haired ponytail actually bipping. I was like, is Bianca Belair wearing a tail? Because it seemed like it, but no, she's good. And she looks great. Look at the outfit. Look at the jacket. She's got it all on point. She's sparkling like a gem, like a jewel. And she's looking super happy. Look at that. Nice. I'm so glad that she stopped doing the spanky thing. Whenever she used to enter the ring, she used to do the gesture like she was spanking herself. And I just could not stand it. So I'm glad that she stopped doing that. And coming up next is going to be Bianca Belair, the champion Bianca, versus Queen Zelina. Let's see how this all goes down. Zelina is not my favorite. Especially has not been my favorite ever since she won the Queen's Crown. I think she's been terrible since then. I think she was better without the Queen's Crown than with the Queen's Crown. But let's see what this match is going to be like. And WWE should bring back Zach Gowen. Oh, interesting name there. Andy, you throw out a very interesting name there. If I pin 24/7 champion, will I become champion? Yes, Mustafa, you will. You do, yeah, definitely. AJ, do you want to see Diamante wrestle on Ring of Honor? She only wrestles on... I would like for it to happen, but again, I would like to see ROH exclusive talent, not ROH talent that also appears on AEW. Really, ROH exclusive talent. I would like that. Hopefully, with that, we get that, Bobby. Hopefully, and with Diamante, I hope so that she is an ROH exclusive talent. Renegade says, who's winning between RK Bro and the Usos? I am gonna go with the Usos, and I hope that RK Bro, the whole team comes to an end. I would like for that to happen, but let me know, Renegade, what do you think, and everybody here, let me know what you think is gonna win. Is it gonna be RK Bro? Is it gonna be the Usos? Who is it gonna be the Unified Tag Team Champions? And a question to all of you. So before the whole brand split happened, and before, Raw got their own titles of tag titles, and SmackDown got their own tag titles, the tag titles actually used to be the black strap with the gold or bronze thing in the middle. So what do you think? Are we gonna go back to that title, the bronze belt? Because I used to hate that belt. I thought that was so hideous, so boring. I hope we don't go back to the bronze one, but let me know what's gonna happen. What do you think is gonna happen to the tag titles? Are we gonna get an uplift, or are we gonna go back to the bronze one? Let me know what you think is gonna happen, guys. And Basketball and More here is here. Good to see you, Basketball and More. And they say, when Bobby gets sued with tossing MVP items in the People's Crown, apparently he could. You remember the time when Brock Lesnar went crazy and he ripped off a car door and he tossed it around and he actually threw it to one of the fans sitting ringside. It was miles away, but the fans still got hurt. I don't think that Brock Lesnar got sued then. But it really depends on the fans, if they want to sue or if they don't want to sue. If there's somebody out there who's like a Karen and he really gets hurt, they might sue. But if there's somebody who's just a fan and there to have fun, doesn't get hurt, they will not get sued. So we'll see. It depends. But MVP could be suing him because he told Lashley, you destroy my furniture and my lawyers will be coming for you. So MVP will definitely be suing Bobby Lashley for destroying the furniture. I want to see Tony Khan's father in AEW making appearances. That's right, Basketball and More, brother. You know what, Tony Khan's father is... actually, he lended out money to Tony Khan to run a company. And from what I've heard this... from a few of my friends who are in the business and who are promoters themselves, is that Tony Khan's father is not very happy right now with how the with how the company is doing, with how much profit that they're gaining. He's not very happy, which is why we're seeing the differences now happening in the business. We just saw Cody Rhodes not being offered the kind of contract that he was wanting and he was hoping he'd get, and we're seeing more differences happening in the company. We saw him actually buying ROH not too long ago, which also is a part of the move apparently. So far from what I've heard is that Tony Khan's father is not too happy, but hopefully that changes in the future. And he says the Usos should unify the belts. I think so too. Brock Lesnar is here. Brock, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're missing you. Ever since WrestleMania, we haven't seen Brock Lesnar. Hope to see you soon, brother. Let me know what you have in plans. And I heard Jinder Mahal is going to fight Rick O'Shea for... That's right, he is. Rick O'Shea versus Jinder Mahal is happening for the IC title on SmackDown this week. I can't wait for it. I hope Jinder Mahal wins, though. I think RK Bro might hold on the tag titles until Backlash. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if the match is happening, it's probably going to happen in Backlash. WrestleMania Backlash. Wait a second, Austin Theory.
Actually, you can just call me Theory. Both of you. Me and Mr. McMahon decided that Austin, it just doesn't...
Oh my gosh, they're shortening his name up. And look at the very clever way that they're shortening his name up. He's saying that Mr. McMahon and I decided that Austin doesn't suit, so just call me Theory. So I guess this is the last time we saw Austin Theory, and after tonight, we're going to see just Theory. Only Theory is what we're going to move forward with now here. What a clever way to not drop the name, right?
Okay, first Stone Cold comes back, goads me into a match when I'm injured. That shouldn't have happened. And now this Elias Ezekiel crap, what's going on? That is Elias. Okay, I know I could prove it.
It's not Elias. Anybody here, somebody tweet to Kevin Owens right now. Let him know that it's not Elias. I don't know where he sees Elias in there. I mean, Ezekiel is a whole different animal. It's a different guy altogether. It's not Elias. It's his brother Ezekiel.
How about this? I put him through a lie detector test. Huh?
Okay, you know what? You know what? This is going to end here. If that's who's going to solve this, fine.
Yes?
Lie detector. Yep.
You're going to pay for it.
Sure, Kevin.
Thank you. All right.
Anyway. Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna see a lie detector test. Another segment featuring Ezekiel and Kevin Owens is gonna be a lie detector test. And Kevin Owens has said it time and time again that he hates liars. So let's see. Let's hope that Ezekiel passes that test.
Spence? It's going to be great.
What do you mean? I don't know.
It's gonna be great.
Hold on, I don't know anything about it.
I'm sorry, I don't have to explain right now, but I promise you, it's going to be great.
Let's see what happens. Alright, lie detector test is coming up soon. For the sake of angle, the Usos need to win. I think so. I hope so, True. I do. You like UFC, AJ? You know what? I used to watch UFC only for a few people, and now they have left the company. So I don't really watch it, but I would love to get back into it one day. Hopefully, one day. Omos is Brock in the chat. That's right. That's right, Ricky. Brock Lesnar is in the chat. That's right. Basketball, not too much. The tag belts I like seeing in WWF were the original tag champions when they had, oh, for sure. You know, back in the day, the 80s, the 90s, they really had some beautiful titles. Beautiful. The world title, the tag titles, so good. And even the tag titles that they had in the company until, I believe, 2008, I think those tag titles used to look better than the ones that they do now. The ones now, they look like toy belts more than anything. So hopefully they can go back to those ones because those look very prestigious. Look like something for sure. And right here we can see Instagram. They're showing us the post of Carmella, showing us how she's now married to Corey Graves. Good for her. Good for Carmella right there. Wow, they actually show that Carmella is married and they show her photograph, but they don't show Alexa Bliss's. Interesting right there. Wow. Okay, no mention of Alexa Bliss getting married, but a total mention of Carmella and Corey Graves tying the knot. Interesting. And Queen Zelina is coming out here, and she's got an even bigger crown now. I can't stand her. I cannot. I agree with Tony Khan, father, very father. There you go. Brock, how are you feeling, Roman? That's right, Ricky. Good question. Good question. Wise father indeed. I'm thinking it might be a triple threat match at Backlash. RK Bro, if they don't drop the titles. Interesting. A triple threat. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I hope they drop it, though. I really hope so. RK Bro don't deserve it. They don't. I hope Jinder wins as well. For sure. Me too. Ezekiel KO. It's going to happen. Renegade. A lie detector test. Let's see what happens. We need a monster like Kane. 100% Mustafa. Like, we don't have monsters like the way we used to before, right? Like Kane, Taker. we don't have anybody even close to them, so we need that for sure. Alright, Bianca Belair looking good. She's looking confident. Queen Zelina is getting ready for the match as well. Taking off her crown, getting rid of the cape, and she's ready. And look at Bianca though. I mean, Bianca looking so confident as she stands there. And she's all smiles, and she's happy, and she's all positive. Good to see that. Alright, the referees rung the bell, and we go at it. Wow, Queen Zelina was going to go for a roll-up pin right there, roll-up cover, but she's not able to move Bianca. Not an inch. Bianca Belair just so strong, in control, she realizes it, and that is why from the very beginning, she's doing nothing but clapping, really having fun here. Smiling, looking at the fans, just enjoying herself. Yeah, look at Bianca Belair go at it. Bobby says Deonna Purrazzo will forever be champion and undefeated. I hope so, brother. Fingers crossed. Deonna Purrazzo, forever the champ. For hope so. And RK Pro versus Alpha Academy is coming out tonight. These are the two tag teams I cannot stand, alright? I'm not a fan of Alpha Academy, and I'm not a fan of RK Bro. And they're going to be having a match tonight. Interesting. The greatest night in the history of television, as Chris Rock said it. The greatest night, for sure. WWE has baby monsters in training. That's right. You can't deny that. They do have baby monsters in training. It's true. And you don't have to apologize for the truth. It's just the truth. And Bianca Belair using her strength to get Queen Zelina up. And gets her down. This pure raw strength of Bianca Belair on display right now. A kick to the gut. She gets her up and tosses her across the ring. Look at that. Beautiful. Bianca Belair in control. Beautiful. With a kick to the gut. Gets Queen Zelina up to the top turnbuckle. Lifts her up. Wow, look at the pure strength of Bianca. Carries Queen Zelina like she's nothing. Wow. Look at that. Beautiful. What a flex. What a flex. And she's doing it all with a big smile on her face. Not tired. Nothing like that. She is ready to go. Wow, Bianca Belair cannot be stopped. She is the future for sure. Going for the cover right there, 1, 2, and a 3. This match was flawless. I know that Cody Rhodes versus Miz match was good. It was good to see Cody in action after 6 long years on Raw. But this match was truly a dominant match. What a match this was, great. And that's right, Dale, Bianca Belair with the win right there. Interesting. But you know what? My opinion of Raw is changing slowly by the minute. I said it early on. I said this is a good show. I'm having fun. And then I said, you know what? Maybe a little too much. Maybe a little, it's just average, and now I can say that it's, I believe, below average. Not the greatest show ever. And Sonya Deville is not coming out. I don't know. I know Sonya Deville had some problems with Naomi. Does she now have problems with Bianca Belair too? I don't know, because she's coming out with something in her hand. Seems like a contract. But she's walking down the ramp, and with that being said, we go to commercial. What could that be? Why is Sonya Deville coming out? Do you guys have any idea? Any predictions? Any guesses? Let me know. And with that being said, we are now entering the second hour. Wow. We're entering the third hour of the show now. This is great. Okay. Third hour of the show. We're entering it. And, the show's going to be over in an hour. That's nice. Deonna Purrazzo will be 7-0 this Thursday at Impact Wrestling. There you go, Bobby. She, hopefully, will never be stopped. What would help Raw be interesting would be seeing the Boogeyman. Yeah, right. Anyone right now, bring them back, make Raw interesting, because tonight's episode has been flat. Not the best episode so far. Flat. I see Raw is getting better, but SmackDown is getting bad. Yeah, Ricky, it's true. I mean, I believe that Fox got to be hurting right now after putting so much money into SmackDown. It's just bad. And if you look at the roster, compare the roster of SmackDown to Raw. SmackDown's roster is very, very thin. I mean, I can go over the roster right now with all of you guys and talk about how bad the roster is. I'm going to look it up right now, and I'll tell you who do they have on the roster of SmackDown. 1 second. I'll tell you right now. So if you look at the Raw roster, they've got all the monsters. They've got the Lashleys. They've got, of course, everybody. They've got the RK Bros, all the big people, Cody Rhodes, obviously, AJ Styles, all the big stars of the show are already, of the company, are already on Raw. If you look at SmackDown, who do they have? They have Xavier Woods, they have Angel Garza, they have Butch, they have Drew Gulak, Drew McIntyre, who also, by the way, is a joke right now. They've got now one strong guy that they now have, which they didn't have earlier, is Gunther. Gunther is a part of the SmackDown roster, so he might be helping the roster out now. But apart from Gunther, you've got Happy Corbin, Humberto, Ivar, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, of course, the Bloodline. You've got Jinder Mahal, Kofi Kingston. So everybody that you've got on the show, on the roster, is basically a jobber. Every single one of them. I don't see a top star except for Gunther, except for Roman Reigns, the Bloodline. Everybody else is a low card or mid card star. Everybody else is a jobber. So I can't even imagine how would SmackDown do well. Every single one of them. Look at the roster right now on WWE.com. It's a weak roster. So that is why Raw is doing a lot better than SmackDown is, obviously. You'll see. What else do we have here? Sonya has a problem with everyone except Charlotte Flair. There you go. What a sellout Sonya Deville is. What a sellout. AJ, who do you want to see except Deanna Purrazzo's Champ Challenge this Thursday? And which title do they pick? Bobby, great question. But you know what? I'm going to go with your pick right there, brother, because I liked your pick. Willow Nightingale versus Deanna would be nice. And for the ROH title, I think let's do that. I'm going to go with your pick right there, Bobby. Dale says Raw has been flat so far. Yeah, I was happy early on. I thought it was going to be good, but no. It's been flat. It's been flat.
So congratulations not only on your victory tonight, but on a historic WrestleMania victory. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in applauding your new Raw Women's Champion.
Alright, Sonya Deville acknowledges Bianca Belair so far, it seems. Wow. Is there a turn coming? What is happening here? What is happening? Sonya Deville cannot be so nice.
That was truly an impressive accomplishment, but let's get down to business.
Okay.
You've been inquiring about who your next challenger is going to be, so I took it upon myself to find your next opponent. And I'm going to be honest, it was not the easiest of tasks, as there's so many women in the women's division right now.
Why does Sonya Deville sound so nervous while she's talking?
Would love a rematch against you. You have former champions Rhea Ripley and Carmella. That is, of course, when Carmella's back from her honeymoon. Speaking of returning competitors, you have Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan.
It's funny. They do not acknowledge Alexa Bliss getting married. Sonya Deville said that, of course, Carmella gets back from her honeymoon. She might go after your title. And you have Alexa Bliss. Speaking of returning competitors, they don't acknowledge that she's married. Weird. Is there backstage heat on Alexa? Because, really, they're not acknowledging her wedding, which is odd.
It's the absolute best that Raw has to offer.
Renegade, I agree. The only thing SmackDown has is the Bloodline. That's it. That's it. And now Gunther. That's it. But nobody else. Nobody else.
Because I am the strongest.
What is this gonna be about?
I'm the roughest, I'm the toughest, I'm the quickest, I'm the greatest, and I'm the bravest. So,
All right.
so whoever you got, let's do it.
All right. Bianca Belair is not backing down. She says, okay.
Because right here in my hand, I have an open contract for the Raw Women's Championship. And if you're serious about getting inside this ring with anybody, then sign this contract right here, right now, and solidify to everybody watching, everybody at home, why you are...
And True says it right there. He says Sonya is going to be her opponent. It makes sense. It would make sense for Sonya to be her opponent.
You know what? I said what I said.
Yeah, that's a good pun.
So let's do it.
Okay. That's right, Ricky. SmackDown now has Raquel too. Good point. Good point.
Thank you. Now let's bring out your opponent so she can sign this contract and we can make it official.
Okay.
Without further ado,
Who is it going to be?
she is a generational superstar who defies gender barriers, breaks down social norms, and has impeccable grace and style.
It's got to be Sonya. You're right, True. It has to be Sonya.
For her shot at the women's title. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
It's got to be Sonya. She's going to attack her from the back, isn't she? Oh, she is. She jumped on her from the back. Come on. All right. This is so painfully predictable. Every single show, every single segment, every single match tonight has been so predictable. True, very good pick out there. It was Sonya all along. And she's back. She's back. And she's going to be going after the championship now. There you go. True, very good call right there. Yeah. Good for her.
your next opponent is me.
So is she stepping away from her general manager duties or whatever she's doing now that she wants a championship? I mean, she's got to do it, right? She can't do both. She can't be the one who's the authority and the champion. She cannot do that. That's right, Tony. Where is Stephanie? Why is there no control? She can't go around booking herself in these matches without earning the shot. That's weird as hell. And Adam Pearce comes out. He's like, what the hell are you doing? Sonya does not want to answer to anybody. Where is Stephanie when we need her? Where is she? Willow Nightingale versus Deonna Purrazzo needs to happen for sure, Bobby, for sure. And Bianca looks shocked, as everybody else looks shocked. I don't know. Are you guys a Sonya Deville fan? Are you excited for this match between Bianca and Deville? Let me know how do you feel about this. I could smell it through the screen that Sonya was going to do it. True, you're a genius, brother. You are a genius. That was a very good call. And Sonya versus Bianca is official. WrestleMania Backlash. This got a little interesting. Let's see what happens here. Once again, True, good job with that. And we are backstage. And actually not backstage, it's a segment with the bachelorette party of these two women right here, Tamina Snuka and Dana Brooke.
Agreeing on our truce so we can enjoy the night.
Absolutely, absolutely. Of course, Dana. Well, listen, after our honeymoons, it's open season.
They're getting married now, so Dana is getting married to Reggie, and wow. Tamina's getting married to Akira Tozawa? Interesting. What's going on here? Me, Gary, me. It's me. I'm not a fan of Sonya Deville now. I started to hate her. Wait. Wow. So this is the next feud? Is this what's going to be happening? Nikki ASH is here. What is Nikki ASH doing here? What is happening here? Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? Nikki ASH slips all the way down to the 24/7 title scene. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? My gosh. That's right, catering true weddings. That's right, True. This is cringy. This is so cringy. I can't believe it. Well, at least it's unpredictable, right? I mean, every single thing has been predictable tonight. This at least is unpredictable.
Shame of y'all self. All the backstabbing, all the greed. Listen, all y'all did it. Nobody loved that 24/7 title more than me.
That's right, Truth. That's right.
Nobody does. It ain't the 24/7 title that keeps us together, y'all. You know what it is? It's the love.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe it.
Can I get an amen? In the spirit of love, and as the only officially certified, I'm certified, y'all. Marriage and God, I order all attacks on Dana Brooks, on Dana Brooks, to stop. Only until
I am speechless right now.
matrimonial lies these two beautiful couples.
Okay.
I'm talking about double wedding style next week. Y'all down with that? Give me a what's up?
I agree, Ricky. I feel bad for her as well. I mean, even when she was in the team with Rhea, she was always the weak link of the team. She was the one who was getting ignored. I still remember that backstage segment where we were in the women's locker room and we saw all the women in there except for Nikki. I remember when they had the big tag team match and Rhea was a part of it, but Nikki wasn't. So I gotta feel bad for Nikki from the very beginning, and now that she slipped all the way down to the 24/7 title scene, and when they had this little thing between, right now we saw R-Truth talking to the couples, Nikki was nowhere to be seen. I mean, she is being ignored left, right, front, and center. Bad for her. It's bad. Gotta feel bad for her. R-Truth is funny. That's right, Renegade. He is funny. He's the only guy who could have saved that very chaotic segment. He's a funny guy. And from what I've heard is that he actually crap sucked Vince McMahon too. Vince McMahon finds his humor wow. Vince McMahon basically finds his humor very, very funny, and that's why he's so over. He gets these opportunities and these shots after shots because Vince McMahon just finds him very funny. And there you go. Andy agrees that it's sad whatever is happening with Nikki ASH for sure. Where's Eric Bischoff? That's right. Where is he? Where is Eric? Tamina's face is full of regret. I don't know what Tamina. I mean, I'm surprised that Tamina still has a job. You know, when all those budget cuts were coming, I was like, yeah, there's no way that Tamina's getting her, retaining her job. She's got to be released as well. But Tamina somehow held on and she stayed with the company longer than I'd expected her to. And now that she's here, I mean, look at her just being turned into a total joke. Now, Tamina is one of those people that I feel she will not have a career outside of the WWE. I don't see Tamina Snuka actually going out there working the indies when she gets released. I don't see her going to the AEW either. I think of her as a lady who will work with the WWE as long as she's able to, but when she's released, she's released. Similarly to, Nia Jax and all these other people that we've seen before, I don't see them working anywhere else but the WWE. So Tamina's full of regrets right there, true, but again, she has no options. She's got to take it or she's got to break it. That's it. 24/7 title must go away, says Ricky. And if it does, all these people are going to lose their jobs. Like, look at Akira Tozawa. What else can he do? He cannot do anything in the ring. So they treat him as a joke with the 24/7 title. The only reason why these guys have a job, look at Akira Tozawa, you look at Tamina Snuka, all these people, even Nikki ASH now, sadly, is because of the 24/7 title. And I would like for it to go away, for sure. Maria Kanellis confirmed that she had paper deal at Impact Wrestling. Oh, I see. Paid per deal right there at Impact Wrestling. That's nice. Good for Maria. I mean, we know that Tony Khan has expressed interest, and he says that he would like to see Maria Canellis also, coming over to ROH and helping their talent out, helping their women's roster out, their division out. So we could be seeing her actually jumping ship from Impact to ROH in the near future. Tony Khan wants her, the fans want her, the women want her, and after all the hard work that Maria Kanellis has done with ROH already, it would be nice for her to actually go back and continue that work that she had been doing for so long. And Nikki was standing on the bar. There you go. Alright, I see it. Okay, I see. Poor lady. I don't believe Nikki Cross will survive the next round of layoffs. I don't think so either. It's been terrible for her, right? Devastating for her. And I was thinking that, when she actually brought in this whole superhero gimmick, I was like, this is great, this is genius, it's gonna make her a star, it's gonna put her over, it's gonna sell merchandise, and if it does, she's gonna be a star. But I also thought in the back of my mind was that it's either a make it or a break it. This is her last shot. If she's able to make something beautiful out of this character, and if she's able to get over, it's going to be beautiful for her. She's going to be like the female John Cena. But if this doesn't work out, nothing else will work out, and she will get released. And I guess that's exactly what's happening. Because how do you recover from a gimmick like ASH, like a superhero gimmick? So cringy. And you just basically go out there and you prove that you're here for the kids, not for the adult, not for the, actual wrestling audience. So how do you recover from that is the question. So since the ASH gimmick didn't work out, I don't think it's going to work out for her, at least for now in the WWE. She's got to get released. I think so. And Tamina needs to join the Bloodline, Renegade says. Renegade, you know what? I know that a lot of people put out some suggestions like Tamina needs to join the Bloodline or Naomi needs to join the Bloodline. But I feel like they're so good. Bloodline is so perfect right now that I don't want anybody to come in and to, I don't want the Bloodline to share the spotlight with anybody. When we've seen this with, other superstars before, when women come in, they cause trouble. I mean, you don't have to look too further. Look at The Fiend. The Fiend was on fire. The Fiend was doing so well. A woman comes in, and you know what? The Fiend is gone, and now Alexa Bliss, I don't know what's going on with her. But I think the Bloodline is okay by themselves. I don't think they need any woman on board or anybody on board. I think they're fine. But I've seen, after what I've seen with The Fiend and what happened with him, he got released, but Alexa Bliss stayed. I hope that doesn't happen with anybody else in the future. And that's why I feel like Tamina or Naomi, stay away from the Bloodline, is what I would say. Nikki Cross in the Brood would be good. Actually, that's right, Jason. That would make sense. Nikki Cross joining Edge's faction would make sense for sure. Would be nice. But will it happen? I don't know. How much does the WWE trust Nikki Cross that they would actually have her be a part of something so big as the Brood is a question. We'll see what happens. It will be genius, but I don't know if they'll do it. Your favorite team, RK Bro? That's not right now. I hate the RK Bro. I hate them. I love Randy Orton as a solo act with Matt Riddle. I hate him. All right, backstage segment right there.
This next challenger, complete and total abuse of power.
There we go. Adam Pearce says it as it is. This is abuse of power.
I'm the first WWE official to answer an open challenge. And I think that I'm going to shock the world when I beat Bianca.
This is abuse of power indeed. Yep.
There's nothing to get away with. I made it official. There's nothing that can stop me. Don't be jealous that I'm still in my prime.
Wow. Shots fired. Sonya Deville says, Adam, don't get jealous because I am still in my prime. And Sonya Deville is determined to abuse the power and to get to the top. She doesn't have to go through people. She just gets to the top when she wants to. And that is why she's going to be fighting Bianca for the title very soon. The second hour of Raw was complete garbage. As of the first hour of Raw, this episode has been garbage. Jake, I couldn't have said this better myself, brother. The first hour was kind of promising. We opened the show up with Cody Rhodes, and then we had, of course, the Cody Rhodes versus the Miz match. It was all right? It was nothing crazy, but it was all right. They're still milking the fact that they have EVP, AEW's EVP on board. They're still milking it, and that's okay. But this show has been not the best. I agree. I can't stand these guys. Alright, so the Alpha Academy comes up with their shoosh stuff, and you've got the RK Bro in the ring. I cannot stand either of these teams. Just cannot. Oh, come on. Shut up, Shorty G. Shut up. Maria is Impact. Tony, I love that. Nikki ASH needs to go back to Nikki Cross for sure. Renegade 100%. Because ASH gimmick needs to drop ASAP. I want Ricochet to fight Jinder in a Punjabi prison match. And the last time we saw a Punjabi prison match was the Great Khali got involved. It was between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. And the Great Khali got involved and helped Jinder Mahal retain. I remember that very well. I believe it was Battleground, WWE's Battleground pay-per-view. That was pretty sweet. I love to see the return of Punjabi prison match as well. It's nice.
Egomaniac Gable Steveson stepping in trying to steal my spotlight. Oh, he's got an Olympic gold medal. Big deal. I got a gold freaking brain up here. And I might be the smartest man on the planet. Now that is an achievement. Thank you.
Man, alright. Good for Shorty G for getting over with all his thank yous and his shooshes, but doesn't do for me. Does not do it for me. I wish Asuka versus Bianca Belair would be nice for sure. Clay, good to see you. That's right. You would like to see Bailey as your undisputed champion. I see that. Nice. Good stuff. Rhea Ripley joining Edge would be beautiful. Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan joining Edge would work out great. And there he goes, Sush. No, don't do that to me, Tony. Don't do that to me. You know I'm not a fan of Matt, of this guy. Gable or Matt or Otis. Nobody. Only Randy Orton is the guy that I really care about. And it's devastating to see what they're doing with Randy Orton right now. This is not the Viper. This is far from Viper. This is just an average Joe in the ring right now. Sonya deserves to be champion. It's been a long time coming, says Andy. I agree. She deserves it. She does it. And you know what? Who's gonna be the happiest when Sonya wins the title? It's gonna be Mandy Rose, also a champion at this very same point at NXT. They would both be so happy. Champ, indeed. This 2 hours Raw is not good. That's right, Ricky. I'm just waiting for this show to go over tonight. 2 hours and 17 minutes. We are just 45 minutes away from the end of the show. Do we know what the main event is tonight? Do we know what's happening? Is it Usos? I guess so. Right now we have Randy Orton in control. He tags Matt Riddle in. Matt Riddle gets in, going after Shorty G. Double team move on Shorty G as we speak. Look at that. Look at that. Chase University is better than... That's right. Tony, you're right. Chase University is way better than the Alpha Academy, but only the true fans know this, because not a lot of people tune into NXT, and if they did, they would know that Chase University is a lot better. It is the most sought-after university in this entire planet, so they automatically are better than the Alpha Academy for sure, 100%. And where's the Usos? Yeah, that's a great question. No spot. We haven't spotted them yet. Not yet. Let's see. Right. This has been a weird show so far. And let's see, what else do we have here? So the shows that the matches that they'll be advertising tonight was that Veer Mahan versus, it's funny because they were advertising Veer Mahan versus Rey Mysterio for tonight, but they switched it up and they made it Veer Mahan versus Dominik Mysterio, so they changed it last minute. Then you had Damian Priest versus AJ Styles being advertised, which actually happened. Then we had Sasha Banks, also that match happened also. Cody Rhodes versus Miz happened. The VIP Lounge happened. So the only match that is still left is gonna be the Tag Team Championship match. Let's see if that happens. No, they haven't mentioned it. We haven't seen RK Bro. We haven't seen, of course, 1 second. It's so interesting, right? What is happening here? Usos are going to come out. Are they not going to come out? Is it going to be the main event? What's going to happen? Have they canceled it altogether? Have they planned to move it to the WrestleMania Backlash? What's going on here? So much confusion indeed. I give it a 2 for 10. A 2 for 10 so far. Just for Damian Priest. There you go. It's so crazy, Gary. I'm just as confused as you are, because the main event was gonna be the Usos versus the Bloodline for, the Usos versus the RK Bro for the unification of the tag team titles. But that hasn't been spoken of. That hasn't been mentioned. In the preview for the show, that match was still being advertised, but now it's no longer being mentioned, so I'm not too sure what's going on here. Mr. Majestic is here, and he says Cody Rhodes signing back wins, and Tony Khan's purchase of ROH and Samoa Joe signing with Tony Khan, which will have a long-term impact. A long-term impact, I believe, is going to be Tony Khan's purchasing of ROH, because that's a whole nother promotion that we're seeing being added to their, Tony Khan's, dynasty here, to his dynasty. So I think ROH being bought by Tony Khan is going to have a long-term impact for sure, without a doubt. Cody Rhodes, in WWE is good for now, but of course it's a honeymoon phase, and they're milking the best out of the honeymoon phase right now, right? They're selling as much merch as they can. They're showing us the highlights from WrestleMania as much as they can, because we are in the honeymoon phase. One day, slowly and steadily, the honeymoon phase is gonna go out, it's gonna fade out, and then, it's gonna be ROH that's gonna be having a long-term effect. So definitely, I think it's gonna be Tony Khan buying ROH that will be having a long-term impact for sure. Good question right there, Mr. Majestic. Mr. AJ, you like Matt Riddle a little? I used to love Matt Riddle early on when he was in NXT. Now I don't. Because I blame him for ruining Randy Orton for me, so I cannot get behind Matt Riddle. But again, we don't know what's happening here. Why did that match get canceled? I'm trying to check up some dirt sheet websites, trying to find out what happened with that tag team unification match. Why has it been called off? And there's nothing yet. I don't see anything here. Nothing. Yeah. There's nothing. No word on why that match has been canceled. No word on that. Nothing. But we are seeing some headlines here. The Undertaker has said that he wants to see Bray Wyatt returning to the WWE. He wants to see that match happening. I think that he wants to see Bray Wyatt returning. I think that'd be pretty special. I think it should happen. What else do we have here? Tony Khan says that what Tony Storm said something to Tony Khan before she made her AEW debut. So what is it? Let's check it out. Let's see. All right, did it great. So Tony Storm told Tony Khan that returning to AEW brought back her love for professional wrestling, and Tony said that the way that Tony Storm reacted when she came to the curtain after the match, he hasn't seen anybody more relieved to wrestle a match against like that. So Tony Khan obviously is very big on Tony Storm, and he says that coming over to AEW has brought back her love for pro wrestling. And this is what a lot of the stars say. This is what Tony Khan loves to say for every single star that jumps ship from WWE to AEW, that it brings back their love for pro wrestling. But we can look at Cody Rhodes right now, and he looks happier than ever. He looks like he belongs here. And look at that. And Matt Riddle, by the way, is also proving that he belongs here as he's going after Shorty G. Shorty G with a beautiful suplex, by the way, to Matt Riddle. And Otis, wow, he squashes him right there. landing on top of Riddle, going for the cover, 1, 2, and I don't know if I can actually care about this match enough. It's because I was looking forward to the unification match all night long, all week long actually, and now we don't know that we're getting that match at all because we're seeing RK Bro versus Alpha Academy out of nowhere. So where are the Usos? What's happening? We don't know. The day after WrestleMania is when my honeymoon phase went away. There you go, Renegade. I love that. I love that. Cody versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. It could happen for sure. For sure. Honeymoon for a little while. Let's see. That's right. ROH is Tony Khan's. That's right. ROH is Tony Khan's indeed. Yep. And basketball, I see your question about the UFC. As I said earlier, I used to watch it for some of the wrestlers that were there. Some of the talent, the UFC talent that was there early on, the fighters. But now, I don't. AJ, do you want to see Session Mat Martha on Impact Wrestling? I would. You know, but Session Mat Martha is like Alley Cat. They are big on the indies, but we never see them actually coming up to the, you know, main shows like WWE or AEW. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'd like to see it happening. And we see Randy Orton going to that phase right there. He's going to put Shorty G through that DDT. Once again, vintage Randy Orton going to that crazy phase. And, you know, the question in my mind while I watch all of this unfold, all this action unfold, is where are the Usos? How can they promote such a big match, right? They announced it on Friday, and they've been talking about it all weekend long, and even today, earlier today on Monday, they were in the preview for the show. They were promoting that match. So how can they pull that match last minute? I don't understand that. And Mr. Magister says dream match: WWE's Matt Riddle versus ROH and AEW's Josh Woods. Interesting match right there. But I hope that Josh Woods wins, because anybody over Matt Riddle, for me at least, for me. And there you go, once again, RK Bro with the dominant win right there. They win, and they go over the Alpha Academy one more time. Once again, where are the Usos? Why did that not happen? So many questions, and Renegade, you're right. RK Bro wins. So far, this episode is 3.5 out of 10. The only thing that cringes me, that's right, no, that was so cringy. And that was perhaps one of the best parts of the show, Tony. Sadly, because this show has been highly predictable, and it's been just straight up flat. Like this match between RK Bro and Alpha Academy, we didn't need it. We didn't need this match. I mean, and no explanations whatsoever. They don't think that they owe us an explanation to really explain to us why did the Usos not show up. Nothing. No mention of that. Oh, look what's happening. Okay, a car is pulling up. Usos coming out here? Yes, they're coming out, but they're late to the party. Weren't they supposed to be here early on? Usos are here. Okay, look at that. Okay. And with that being said, we switch back to commercial. So I guess the RK Bro is pulling a double duty. I guess we're getting 2 matches from RK Bro, and they're going to drop the titles this way. They're already worn out. They're tired after their match against the Alpha Academy, and this is how they drop the titles to the Usos, I guess. Let's see. That's right, Usos are here, and that brought a smile to my face. I'm pretty sure you guys are happy to see them too. Let's see how this all turns out, but I guess the main event of the night is finally gonna be the Usos and the RK Bro. Let's see. And do I like soccer, basketball, and more? I like soccer. I definitely watch the World Cup. That's what I tune into. But I just, with all the rest that we watch, I never get time to tune into other sports. But the World Cup, definitely in for it all the time. AG like Renee, Mike, Michelle, and on Sahara 7. For sure, Sahara is great. Renee too, she's fantastic. But Sahara, just a better one right there. And it's been a long night. You know what? We have done watch-longs that are 12 hours long, that are 48 hours long live streams. We have done live streams like nobody else does live streams, right? Long live streams. And this one, a 2-hour, 3-hour show, it seems like forever, I'll tell you that. And it's never a good sign, because when you're checking the time all the time and you want the show to go off, it's not a good sign, and that's what the show has been tonight. It's been a flat show. It feels, it doesn't feel like a show that's worth, staying up for so late. Yeah, it's definitely interesting one right there. And it's not in the summer. It's not in the summer. What's not in the summer, basketball? Let me know. Wow, what a show this has been. for Monday Night Raw. Oh my gosh, we're getting... Alright, this is the best part. I don't know if you're able to see the same commercial as I am right now, but we're seeing a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. And I'll tell you what, they have the best wings in all of America. If you haven't been to one of the Buffalo Wild Wings yet, you better should visit one soon, because they literally have the best wings in the whole damn place. Check it out. And yes, I was not paid for this little shout out. Not at all. Yeah. Let's see. 1 second. Let's see. So I believe the World Cup is taking place in November, and this time it's taking place from Qatar. So interesting place, but it's taking place in November. The dates that they've announced is the 21st November to the 18th of December of 2022. So it's taking place later this year, not in the summer, but in the winters, from November to December. So World Cup's happening this year. I'm so excited. I always look forward to the songs, by the way. They come up with the best songs for the World Cup, especially Shakira. She kills it. So I look forward to what kind of song they come up with this year, now that the match is taking place in Qatar. So we'll see. Oh, the commercials are long and elaborate now, aren't they? So long. So long. All right.
I want these Bluetooth headphones for $20.
I got these 3 suitcases for less than $40.
And shipping is always free.
Go to deal-com right now and see how much you can save.
I'm actually enjoying the commercials here. They're good. Deal-com commercial, pretty good. Still, Raw still flat. Your commentary is stellar. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much for that. But tonight's show is flat, which makes me kind of sleepy, because this show, early on when this started, I was like, okay, they're starting off with Cody Rhodes once again, so maybe it's got to be a good show, or are they just milking it? And it turns out they're just milking it right now. Yeah, they should stop relying on Cody Rhodes for the ratings and should start coming up with something creative, because tonight's show, yeah, not good at all. All right, and with that being said, the RK Bro, we're still in the ring waiting on the Usos for the commercial break, and out come the Usos now. Let's see what they have to say. And Basketball says, my commercial is soccer. There you go. Love that. Usos are fashionable lately. Very much fashionable, for sure. Look at them coming out here. Look at that. Beautiful stuff. And what a watch-along we've had. Yeah, even though the show has been terrible, but what a great watch-along we've had here. And you know what? The family just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's so good to see everybody here. And look at the Usos coming out here, just flaunting that SmackDown Tag Team Championship right now. We could be seeing these 2 titles become one tonight. It only depends on RK Bro. Are they going to accept the challenge? Are they not? Well, let's find out.
Undisputed WWE Universal Champion. They have it right here tonight.
Let's see.
What the Usos want, undisputed tag team champions.
All right, face-to-face RK Bro, Usos. It's going down right now.
I wonder if you guys were ever going to show up on Monday Night Raw, but apparently the big dog let his bitches off the beach. So
Wow. The big dog let his bitches on the beat. There you go. Randy Orton going unfiltered right there. Look at that.
Before. Hey, you know exactly why we're here, Oops. They issue the challenge.
Wow.
We all ready. The longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champion.
That's right, the longest reigning.
that's true.
It is true. Nobody can take it away from them. They are the longest reigning.
So check this out. Usos here on Monday Night Raw.
That's right.
To challenge you to a championship unification match.
When is it happening?
Undisputed.
When is it happening?
Tag
That is the question.
Team Championships.
But when is it happening is the real question here.
Like unification? Like you mean like in Avengers?
Oh my gosh.
Thanos is trying to get all those.
I cannot stand Matt Riddle, the way he talks and the stuff he comes up with. Unification like the Avengers? Can you stop it, Matt? So cringe.
Yes. So let me get this.
All right.
You guys are going to come to our show. You're going to walk down to our ring and you're going to challenge us for our titles. Yeah. Listen. Oos.
Okay, alright. We got more people coming in, and who called it? Was it true? Was it true, or was it somebody else? Was it Andy? I think it was True, or was it Renegade, who said that they could be seeing a triple threat match taking place at WrestleMania Backlash? And I think you're right, because Street Profits are coming out right now. We could actually be getting a triple threat at WrestleMania Backlash. You guys are right. Good stuff.
What do we have here? Oh, I see it. But last time I checked, we were the ones that challenged RK Bro to a one-on-one match, and then Alpha Academy came in.
That's right. It's gonna be a triple threat. It's gonna be a triple threat.
So you mean the same Alpha Academy that we whooped last week in that tag team tornado match? Yes, sir. Huh. I mean, the way that I see it, we the ones that
Wow. Look at this. And good to see you, Jamie, Bobby, everybody. And Bobby says, AJ, you should interview Ariel Levy. Mackenzie is great. I've said this before. She's great. She really is getting better and better. The more we see her every single week, she keeps getting better. She's really bringing her personality into this. Pretty good. Very good. And Tony's impressed. 4 out of 5 stars. Look at that. All right. There we go. Fingers up for the bloodline. Acknowledge the tribal chief. That's right.
We'd be happy to face the Double J's after we take the Raw Tag Team Championships from RK Bro. That way, us, the Street Profits and the Usos, can unify the Tag Team Championships our damn selves. Because the Street Profits are up, and we want the show, partner.
Okay. All right. Let's see what's going to happen here. That's right. Nobody wants it. That's right, Ricky. Somebody is watching his... Somewhere, Roman Reigns is watching this right now, and he's tired of it already. Had Roman Reigns been here, nobody would be arguing and talking like they are right now. I mean, everybody would be silent and listening to the tribal chief, and that's it. Yes, Bobby, Mackenzie is great. I agree. She's good. All right. With that being said, we have now switched to commercial. Hopefully, the final, or probably not the final. We have still some time left. So, yeah, I guess we're going to see a couple more commercials before the show is off the air. But right now, we have gone back to commercial. What a show this has been tonight. What a show. You know, Raw after Mania is always good, but the Raw 2 weeks after Mania, not always good. Right now, always good. I would like to see more of Alex Zane on Ring of Honor. And I think we will. You know, Alex Zane is such a star. So I think we will definitely be seeing more of him on our edge for sure. Wow, and we are back on commercial right now, guys. Back to commercial. Interesting. And, wow. Good stuff. Just like I said, guys, you know, a lot of original content is coming to the channel. We already had Impact Wrestling's Bhupinder Gujjar on the show this past Sunday. And we're going to be having some more big names coming on here in the coming weeks. It's only going to get bigger and bigger. The Wrassingh show is going to get bigger. You can Google it right now. All the top news sites are covering the Wrassingh show as we speak. And we're going to have a lot more original content coming to the channel. I'm working on a few more shows that are going to be coming on here on this very channel. We're going to be covering wrestling left, right, front, and center. And Basketball says, so championship match tonight, apparently. Renegade says, 2 for 10. Renegade, you're speaking my mind right now, brother. You're speaking my mind. This has been a crazy show, and crazy in not a good way. I'm surprised because I was excited for tonight's show. I thought it was going to be an amazing one, but it turned out to be just an average show right there. So I'm really surprised by it. Right, which reminds me of one thing real quick. All right, AJ, who do you think will be first challenged for Wheeler Yuta ROH Pure Championship? That's a good question. Wheeler Yuta is, of course, the Pure Champion. So, who could it be? I mean, if I'm looking at the roster right now, Bobby, and the roster that you've sent to me so far, I'm looking at Brian Cage. I would like to see Brian Cage versus Utah. I think that'd be a pretty good match. Apart from Brian Cage, of course, Jonathan Gresham is already a world champion. Samoa Joe versus Wheeler Utah, I don't think we're going to be seeing it. So I guess the one person that is left would be Brian Cage. And Brian Cage versus Utah for the pure title would be great. I think it'd be fantastic for sure. I'd like to see that. But let me know who would you like to see for the championship. Let's find out. Let's find out, champ. Let's find out basketball. Let's see what they're doing here. Because they've switched to commercial. When they come back, let's see if they change their minds or what happens. Let's see. Alright, so we are seeing commercials. Such long commercials tonight. I can't believe it. Anyways, you know what? The good news is that tomorrow is NXT, and we know that when Raw is not the best, NXT, it never disappoints. And what's even better is that tomorrow we're going to be doing a watch-along. We're going to be watching NXT, and we're going to be watching, of course, AEW and all week. It's going to be so good. And apart from that, we're going to be having some more shows, some exclusive shows, making the debuts this week. I'm adding a lot more. Oh my gosh. So Siri loves to pop up. While I'm talking, Siri loves to pop up. So yes, we're adding a lot more content to the channel this week. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And we're going to be adding a lot more content right here on Wrasslinews. And let's see what else do we have here. What a night this has been. Really, what a night. Anybody plays the game Super Card? WWE Super Card game, because I know there are people that love the game, and I'm looking at a commercial right now that is I believe a Super Card commercial, but people love the Super Card game. There are people that absolutely, I can see people streaming that game, and people watch it and they love it. Anybody here plays that game? Because I tried getting into it, but I just wasn't a fan. It wasn't for me. Anybody else here who plays Super Card? Let me know if you do, and what do you like about the game? I would like to see Wheeler Utah versus Jay Lethal. I would love that. I'd like that for sure, Bobby. It would be nice. An update on Dominik, Agent. Jason, let me know. What update do you have? Because I'm looking right now, and I don't see a lot of news on Dominik Mysterio myself. Look it up once again. Yeah, no updates from my side. I don't see anything here from Dominik so far. We'll find out. It's been crazy.
Berserk would not relinquish the hold. Officials trying to somehow get Mahan to have some mercy on Dominik Mysterio, but Mahan having none of it.
Everybody trying to pry this guy off of Dominik.
Alright, so there's just news coming in right now that Kimber Lee has apparently deleted her Twitter account. That's the news that is coming in. Following the release of Nash Carter, she has deleted the Twitter account now. Interesting. Well, I hope that she's okay. Alright, Usos versus Street Profits, last I heard. Renegade, there you go. And as we can see right now, again, another highlight. Highlights after highlights. We're getting a lot of highlights. And you know what? We started off on that. No, tonight's show literally started off with highlights from WrestleMania. So, of course, this show has been Highlight Mania. And we're getting another highlight from Veer Mahan and Dominik Mysterio early on from the night. Come on. How many times do we have to see the whole same thing again and again? AJ will be wrestling at Ring of Honor and AEW. Nice. Alright, good stuff. Again, how many ROH exclusive talent do we have, and how many are we gonna have, is my question. Alright, so we know that United States Champion, oh, finally, they remembered that they have a US title, and they have a US Champion. By the way, Austin has been removed. Austin is no longer in the name. It's only Theory. He said it right there. He did a little backstage segment with Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce where he said, you can call me only Theory, because me and Vince, we sat down and we were talking, we were thinking that Austin doesn't do it. So he's only Theory now. So next week, we're going to be seeing Finn Balor versus Austin Theory is going to be happening. So we'll see how that goes. But apart from that, we also have Women's Tag Team Championship match between Sasha Banks and Naomi and Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan, which also going to be taking place next week. So I guess Next week's show is already going to be better than this one. Okay. So out of nowhere, this match turns into a Street Profits versus Usos non-title match. Just a regular match here. Usos versus Street Profits. Okay. Alright. Let's just sit back and enjoy it. This is the main event of tonight, guys. Street Profits and Usos. Main event of the night. There you go. What a bummer this is. I'm bummed out right now. Honestly, I'm so bummed out. Okay.
Usos setting records with their title reign. A win over them would be huge for the Street Profits. But let me tell you this.
All right. Look at that.
You gotta realize, Byron, that the blood is thicker than water. And the bloodline.
All right. And the showing off, it doesn't work out because Street Profits now in control with a beautiful drop kick, to Uso. And Uso is now feeling the effects. Big chop to the chest. And, wow. Montez Ford right now is in control. Is looking to tag in Angelo Dawkins. He does. Angelo tags himself in. And a double team move right now on Uso. And there you go. Shoulder tackle. And Angelo throws Montez Ford right there on top of Uso. Uso in pain here. And there you go. This is a good main event, says True. Let's see how this turns out, brother. Ricky says Roman is not happy. Rumored are Weevil Ring of Honor pay-per-view in May. Okay, looking forward to that, brother. Looking forward to it. And Uso now turning around. Angelo Dawkins is in trouble. Another snoring rod, that so-called rating. That's right, Andy. Love that. Let's see how the main event is going to be, because True says it's going to be a good main event. Let's see if they actually meet True's expectation, because for me, I have my expectations here when it comes to this main event. So I'm not going to be disappointed, but let's see. Let's see if True's going to be disappointed or he's going to be satisfied. We'll find out. But right now, the tag has been made. And Uso, very controlled so far, but Angelo with a beautiful dropkick once again. And Uso's down, going for the cover and the kick out. Look at that. Jey Uso is going strong as we speak right now. Randy Orton and Matt Riddle, ringside seats. They're having a good time watching the match, looking on, observing their opponents and their moveset. Look at that. And Jimmy Uso tags himself in. I don't know if Angelo realized that, but Jimmy tagged himself in, and with a double team move right on Angelo as we speak. And Jimmy now has the match in control, back and forth with those tags. It's shifting gears. It's shifting tides turning with every single gear. I'm always going to enjoy... Oh, there you go. There you go. I love that. I love that, brother. For sure. I love it. You know what? It's all about the representation, True. And it's good to see, finally, after all these years, every single person getting that representation, no matter you're from America, you're from India, you're from other parts of the world, you're a person of color or not. I mean, everybody is getting that representation now, which is so important. And just like you say, I also enjoyed this, absolutely. It's good that we're finally getting the representation. And I was speaking with JTG not too long ago, and we were talking about Hulk Hogan, and if JTG forgives Hulk Hogan. And Jay said, you know what, I will never forgive Hulk Hogan because he has done nothing that's worthy of forgiveness. He said that Hulk Hogan literally went out there and he said he's a racist. It was not something that that people speculate. It's not something that people think about. It's could be happening. Hulk Hogan said he's a racist, and JTG said, I'm never going to be able to forgive him, and he's done nothing that's worthy of forgiveness. I mean, if he really truly wanted forgiveness, he could have done something for the black community. He could have donated to black churches or done something for the black children for their education, but he did nothing. No contribution was made. Nothing was done except for a sorry. So Jay said that sorry means nothing to me, and he's done nothing for it, so it's not worth an apology, or I'm not going to apologize to him. So I agree with Jay right there. And you know what? We don't need an apology from Hulk Hogan or anybody else out there, because the people of color and everybody else in the ring right now, as we can see, they are, making that difference right now. We don't need Hulk Hogan to come up here and apologize to make a difference. We are making a difference as we speak right now, which is beautiful, right? It's great. Love that, True. I love that. And Renegade changes the rating to 1 for 10. Bobby says 10 for 10 for Liv Morgan and Naomi because I feel the glow. I love that. No, I love Liv and Naomi. I love Liv and Drea, but Naomi and Sasha, I can't deny they're great as well. And true, absolutely, JTG is not wrong. 100%, he's right. He's absolutely right. And JTG is gonna be here very, very soon for a live interview. It's gonna be a live interview, not. It's not going to be a premiering later, nothing like that. It's going to be live because I want all of you to get that experience, that when JTG comes on here, you guys get to ask him the questions that you want him to answer. It's going to be live. It's going to be uncensored, unfiltered. He's going to be taking your questions and going to have a heart-to-heart with all of you. For the first time ever, it's going to be a live interview with a wrestler on this channel. So make sure to tune in for that one. We're going to do it most likely on a Sunday, so everybody's available. So I'll let you know the dates, but I want everybody to be there because you guys can interact and chat with JTG. No filters, nothing like that. It's going to be a good time with you, with us, with JTG. It's going to be a good time. And as we can see here, Usos are now confronting Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. And Montez Ford goes flying. Did you see how flawless that was? The way he just went flying, taking out both the Uso brothers, and then confronting the RK Bro. Montez Ford does it like, wow. Makes it look like nothing. He makes it look so easy, which is very applaudable. Both Chad and JTG are good people. Ricky, you know what? JTG was my first ever interview. So good, such a nice guy, such a humble guy. And I can tell you that he is perhaps one of the guys with the biggest heart in the industry. Such a big heart, such a humble and a loving guy. Really no ego, nothing like that. No hatred for anybody. A very nice and genuine man JTG is. And I say it all the time. I mean, you talk about some of the people who are the nicest people in the industry, and JTG and Shad will always be the nicest. And JTG, not a lot of people know this, very nice guy. I can say it over and over again, very nice guy. True class act. Raw has to be bad. It still needs to be a 2-hour show though. It does, because the second hour we saw, it was very, very stretched out. Didn't need to be so stretched. 2-hour show Raw would be fantastic. A 2-hour NXT is great. A 2-hour SmackDown is fantastic. Raw, 3 hours, sometimes a little too much. Most of the times, a little too much. Ricky says, AJ, is okay you bring JTG one time on Watchalong, GCW, or WWE, or AEW, or Impact Wrestling? Ricky, I would love that. You know what? If we did something crazy. I did a Watchalong with JTG for SummerSlam. When before I started doing a lot of YouTube, I used to do, of course, Instagram, right? So I did a Watchalong for the Instagram fans, and we did it on Zoom. So JTG actually sat down and watched the entire SummerSlam show, about a 5-hour show, with us. And that's why I say such a humble guy. He took questions from the fans, answered them. Really nice guy. Very nice guy. No ego. So I would love that. I mean, a watch along with JTG would be great, but at least he's coming for an interview, and we're going to have a good time for sure. Renegade says, are you watching the same Raw I am? There we go, Renegade. I love that. Yes, a live interview with JTG. I'm looking forward to asking him questions. That's right, Bobby. He's going to be here, and you guys will be able to ask him whatever questions you want answered. Whatever you want answered. And Clay, yes, picture of Bailey. I know. Gotta put it out there for you. Before the night's over, I'll try to get it up. If not, definitely tomorrow will be a day that you'll get the picture of Bailey on this television screen for sure. We'll make it tomorrow, yeah? Let's do it. Wow. All right. So we are about 2 hours and 51 minutes into the show, which means about 8 more minutes left before the show goes out the air. And sweet show. I mean, I guess it's time that we can actually start giving it some early ratings. So far for me, I would say that the intro to the show was okay. It was nice. The segment was sweet. Miz TV wasn't shabby. It was okay. The match between Miz and Cody Rhodes was fine. Apart from that, we had the VIP lounge was average. Not too bad. You know, what I think that's what I expected from them, so I think it was okay. And now apart from that, you had the women's match and a few other matches here and there. The Veer Mahan match, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. All right, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Not the best show, but I'm gonna give it a 4 because of the Veer Mahan and the Cody Rhodes and the Miz. I guess that's why they earned the 4 out of 10 for sure. So I'm gonna give it a 4. And I'm disappointed because from what it seemed like, we were gonna get the match between Usos and RK-Bro tonight. It was going to be a title unification match, is what they had been, showing it off as. That's how they had been marketing it. And we all thought it was going to be that match tonight, but it turns out to be not that match, and that's why I'm taking some points off. So, 4 out of 10 for sure. And Bobby says, I would like to ask JTG, does he like May Valentine? That's a funny question, Bobby. I asked JTG once. I asked him, Jay, we're talking about all these different ladies in the ring and whatnot, and all the couples. Have you ever dated any WWE superstar yet? I mean, during your time with the company, have you dated anybody in the locker room? And he was like, no, man, no, never. I'm like, why? Why are you saying that? Why did you never date any WWE superstar? And he was like, it's a lot of drama to date somebody in the same locker room. It's a lot of drama. I would never do it. So I guess if you ask about May Valentine, he's going to say no. But it's going to be interesting. Yeah, sure. Ask any question you want. And there you go. Ricky gives it a 1 for 10. Renegade gives it a 1 for 10. Basketball and more gives it a 0. There you go. Big. That speaks volumes. Bobby says 1 for 10 for Raw and 10 for 10 for Liv and Naomi. I love that. I love that. And Liv Morgan is fantastic for sure. Naomi too. Really good. And we can see Montez Ford and, wow, Jey Uso right now. Jey's down. Jimmy going for it right now. Montez Ford with the reversal. Montez Ford, by the way, is carrying this match on his back. I don't see Angelo Dawkins doing what he's doing tonight. I mean, Montez Ford is carrying this one on his back. He's doing so well. He's outperforming everybody in the ring right now. He's outperforming Angelo, outperforming both the Usos. Montez Ford is so good. At this moment, so good. Look at that. And Chris, welcome back. We are now watching the main event of the show. The main event that is RK-Bro. RK-Bro is in the corner. They're not even in the match. We are watching Street Profits versus the Usos, a non-title match. What was supposed to be RK-Bro versus Usos, a title versus title, turned out to be Street Profits versus Usos, a non-title match. And Basketball says, I feel bad for the people in Detroit. There you go. Yeah, there you go. And Chris is coming with his rating. He's coming up with his rating. Let's see. Oh my gosh, he says -2, -2 from Chris. Look at that. Look at that. I love that. Wow. And Renegade says, that's fair. Basketball says -5. Wow, the ratings are brutal. You guys are brutal with the ratings. Yeah, I give it a 4. And now I feel out of place here. There you go. And a tag been made by the Usos. Jimmy now stepping in. Montez Ford laid out flat. Angelo Dawkins is out. Oh, he comes back. He comes back. And he drags Jey Uso out of the ring. He's going after Jimmy. Montez go for the roll-up. And Jimmy kicks out. I expected him to kick out. And Montez and Angelo tags himself in. I don't think that Jimmy actually realized that. A big right hand from Angelo to Jimmy. Jimmy's days. Angelo has him up on his shoulders with a beautiful double team. And once again, going for the cover. 1, 2, and this has to be it. Oh, wow. Even after that, he kicked out. There you go. I didn't see that coming. Jimmy Uso kicks out. He's doing it for the tribal chief. He's doing it for the family. He's got to make everybody proud. And that's why he kicked out even after that brutal move, the brutal double tag team move right there. And Addy gives it a -2. This is the first time ever that we have gone below a 0 rating for a show. The first time ever, -5, -2, -2. This is the first time ever we're going below 0. There you go. I like Tatum Prax. He says, Bobby, I love her as well. She's great, brother. Absolutely. You're cold. That's right, Renegade. That's right. And Basketball, how much are tickets? So tickets start at about $35, and they go all the way to like $400, $500 for the ringside ticket. So $35 plus taxes, so you are looking at about $42 to $47 for the cheap seats. That's the topmost seat. And then all the way down, you go to, about, $400, $500. It depends on the day, so they're expensive. And go for the cover right now. 1, 2, and... All right, save right there from Jimmy. The Usos were about to lose that match one more time right there. The show gets a 3 for 10, says Gary. The Watchalong 10 for 10. Gary, thank you so much. Thank you. AJ, you have Twitter, Basketball and more. Twitter is there, but not very active. I don't get the time to be active on all social media as much as I'd love for it to be active. But I am on Instagram. You can look it up. You can look Wrasslinews on Instagram right there, and you'll be able to find us right there. You can also look up Wrassingh on Instagram. I am also there. I'm not very active myself, but I try to be. Wrestling News, though, is active, so you can look up on Instagram. That's right, Chris. I love that. Watch along 10 for 10. Reki, thank you guys so much. You make me blush. Thank you for that. All right, and Angelo Dawkins, by the way, has been sent shoulder first into the ring post, and Montez Ford also throws Jimmy Uso out of the ring. Jey Uso, Montez Ford in the ring right now alone, and Jimmy tags himself in, and Montez Ford does not realize that. A double team move from the Usos. This has to be over. Going for the cover. Montez Ford is not going to be able to kick out. There we go. And the Usos pick up the win. They pick up the win for the Bloodline. They pick it up for the Tribal Chief. There you go. Tony says 4.5 out of 5. Nice, Tony. Nice. Solid. AJ, do you like that? For sure, Bobby. I do. I would not pay $1 for this. There you go. Brutal. WWE keeps this kind of shows up. WWE will have to pay the fans to show up 100%. And they already are kind of doing that for NXT, right? I mean, the fans don't pay anything to get in now. So, indeed. And that's right. 3D. And because of that, they pick up the win right there. The Usos, on top. And I'm so glad they did not pick up the lose here, because they really needed this win for the Tribal Chief and to keep the Bloodline, dominance intact. They needed this victory. And I guess the next time we see these two teams, it's going to be for the title versus title. But when is this match going to happen? We still don't know, do we? Yeah, we still have no idea when is this title unification match happening. Probably WrestleMania Backlash, but we don't know. Okay. All right, sweet. So, of course, we're gonna send fans home happy with Randy Orton destroying Montez Ford. I get that, but they haven't told us when the title unification is gonna take place. No word on that yet. And Uso super kick Randy Orton as we speak right now. The commentator said, Jerry Lawler said that this is not over yet. We're going to see the title unification, but they did not tell us when is the match actually going to happen. And with that being said, we're going off the air right now with Jimmy and Jey holding both the titles up, basically signaling that they are going to be the Unified Tag Team Champions, which they're going to be. Bobby says 10 for 10 to set a match between Bianca Belair and Sonya Deville. That's right. Beautiful stuff right there. Basketball says tomorrow NXT gonna make it up. I hope so. I hope they do, because tomorrow is gonna be a good show for sure. It's gonna be a good night, and I look forward to it. Championship matches tomorrow. That's right. Tomorrow's NXT is jam-packed. It looks like a good show. The preview looks very good. Again, we were supposed to have a tag team championship match tonight. That didn't happen. So tomorrow, hopefully, they'll live up to the hype and they live up to the preview and deal with the 1 for 10. You know, when Dale gives it a bad rating, the show was bad, and Dale gives it a 1 for 10. There you go. Well, thank you guys so much for staying with me for this entire show. And True gives it a 7. I love that. So the highest rating for tonight has been True. That's 7 out of 10. And for me, that is 4 out of 10. But apart from that, it's been 1, it's been 2, and it's been negatives. So it's interesting. But thank you guys so much for staying with me for this watch along. It was a pleasure watching the show with you, as it always is. I can never watch the shows alone because you make it exciting and entertaining for me. So thank you so much. You guys are the absolute best. I hope you all have a good night, and I'm going to be seeing all of you tomorrow for NXT Level Up and a lot more fun. So thank you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.